Davenport's John O'Donnell Stadium, we give you a Friday night welcome to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, where the Kernels are going to try to cool off a red-hot swing team that has taken the first 3 games of this series, and they've won 9 out of their last 10. The Kernels will have All-Star Nick Adenhart on the hill this evening, facing the swing for the 3rd time in the last 3 weeks. Bobby and his players were hard at work the last 2 mornings conducting the first of our youth baseball camps, and I can attest, having a little brother in the Big Brother, Big Sisters program enrolled in the camp, that Bobby and his players and staff are doing just a fabulous job giving of their time and expertise and teaching the kids fundamentals and also having a lot of fun. And we'll have fun here in the next few moments as Bobby fields your baseball questions here from Davenport. And Bobby, we're going to turn to Betty from Martell, Iowa first this evening. Betty would like to know what skills and attributes the Angels' Sean Figgins has that allows Sean to play all the different positions he does for our parent club, the Angels.
Well, he's got quickness. He's got good range, both in the infield and the outfield. And he's got some good hands in the infield, which allows him to play the infield. And he's got instincts, which allows him to play the various positions. But he's just an athletic player that allows him to play both outfield and infield.
Bobby, I'm amazed at what Sean Figgins can do. And was it really the Angels that unearthed this ability in Sean, or did he have it when he came over to the Angel organization?
No, I think he had it. I think Sean has had this talent. We had to get him in a Rule 5, and which turned out to be big dividends for us. But this kid has had the talent, he's had the tools, and now he's starting to put it together.
Well, it is amazing, Betty, to see what Sean can do from, really, Bobby, I think he can play every position pretty well except possibly catch.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right about that. Again, he's a very athletic kid that has quickness, first-step quickness, and with good hands that makes him just a real super utility player.
Up next, Bobby, here from Davenport, after your comments about Sean Figgins and his great versatility. Thank you, Betty, from Martell, Iowa. Now we're going to go to Tara of Atkins, Iowa, Bobby. She'd like to know why you think the absence of Derek Lee sent the Cubs into such a miserable tailspin. And her second question is, she'd like to know if you think the same syndrome will befell the Cardinals now that they've lost Albert Pujols for the next several weeks.
Albert Pujols, I mean, he's such a phenomenal player and such a great asset to St. Louis Cardinals. And, this is a team game, and you always, as an organization, you always try to build a good bench just in case of injury, and also to keep guys fresh, because, you're not going to play all 160 games. That's such a grind. But with a guy like Albert Pujols, I mean, that's a very big bat in the lineup that, it will be missed, but the St. Louis Cardinals have such good depth, and the way they do their offense, they don't just rely on the 3-run home run. I mean, these guys bunt, hit, run, they squeeze, they do all kinds of stuff that they'll rally around this injury.
Well, thanks, Bobby, because I know with the Derek Lee injury, the Cubs never seem to really recover from it, and some people point to the fact that they might not have had a deep enough bench or that they did rely too much on Derek Lee. Have you played on a team before, or have you experienced where that one guy, that big, fearsome, intimidating bat in the lineup, when he goes down, I know there's going to be a drop-off, but like you said, it's a team game, and I don't know if it was just circumstance that the Cubs went down on a downward slide when Derek Lee was injured, or if the Cubs just almost over-relied on Derek Lee.
Well, this is the way I have it. You made me think back to a team I played on. I played in 1992. I played in the Carolina League, and I was an A-ball with the Seattle Mariners, and we ended up winning the Carolina League that year. That year, we were last in the league in hitting. We hit 230-something as a team in hitting, last in the league in hitting, and we were number 1 in pitching. But there was one player we had, one hitter, that was the MVP, that without him, we would have been about 20 or 30 games under 500. We didn't win in the league because of one player, and that's because this kid was MVP of the league, hit 30 home runs, knocked in almost 100 RBIs, and, I mean, we relied on him to knock in runs. We win games 2-1, 1-0, 3-2, because all we need is that one guy to knock in 2-3 runs, because the rest of the team couldn't do anything. And that's something that's funny, because this team here, I know if we had one hitter that was just a guy we can rely on day in and day out to knock in runs, our record would be a lot different.
Yeah, it'd be night and day, and we're hoping that either that each guy can pick up a little bit heavier load of the share, or that perhaps a couple of guys will emerge and that we'll have that force that we can rely on. Well, Tara, thanks for your question from Atkins, Iowa. We're going to take a break here from John O'Donnell Stadium. It's a Friday evening, and as always, Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis is fielding questions that you've emailed for him to me at john@colonels.com, and we'll have the final question for Bobby in just a moment here on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on the Colonel Radio Network.
Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Bobby Magianis, Colonel Manager, ready to take the final question of 3 as he does every Friday on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. And Bobby, this one might be right up your alley because you're a former middle infielder, and I know I've always wondered this question. Dustin of LaPorte City would like to know how a second baseman or shortstop receiving a relay throw from the outfield, once he has the ball, how does he know which base to throw to? Is it instinct? Is it looking over his shoulder, or is somebody else on the diamond yelling what base he should throw to?
It's all of those you just mentioned right now, John. You got to have instincts of the field. It's called field awareness, knowing where you're out on the field, knowing the runners, knowing the speed of the runners, where the ball is at, knowing also the strength of the arm in the outfield, how far you're going to go out. But every infielder has to be checking back to see where the runners are at. You have to. As you go out, you're checking, taking a look back, then looking to your outfielder and checking one more time back just to see where those runners are at, so that you can make a decision right away as soon as you receive the ball. And also the bat guy in a relay. You know, you're having other guys behind you. The catcher sees the whole field. The off infielder also is the eyes for that guy because he can see the runners as well. So all the combination of all those things helps a relay man throw to the right base.
Boy, Bobby, and that's one of the most exciting plays in baseball when it's executed properly, and we've done very well for the most part on our relays and cut down guys where we should cut them down. You said something interesting in a follow-up to Dustin's question. The relay man also has to have a feeling on the strength of his outfielder's arm. He has to know how far or medium or shallow to go out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Our philosophy is we always want to have the outfielder make the longest throw. And because, as infielders, we make more shorter throws than they do. So they're used to making that long throw. And what we want the infielder to make the shortest throw. That way he can have more on the baseball.
Boy, Bobby, I never thought of that. And do you want the outfielder to hit the relay man on the fly?
Oh, yes. We preach that, to just hit the first cutoff man. Because once the ball gets by the first cutoff man, and even if it's a good throw to the guy behind him, it's still going to be a little bit late. Just because the fact that first guy makes the throw will get to the base quicker than the second guy.
Dustin, you asked the right guy. Bobby Magianis, really tremendous answer, in depth to your question, Dustin of LaPorte City. Thanks so much. Well, Bobby, I want to echo what I said at the beginning, and you'll be working with the older kids next week in the camp, but it takes a very special person in baseball to come out like you have with your players, with your staff, and I've watched a little bit. I haven't seen much, but I know the kids are having a great time at the annual Colonel Baseball Camp, and on behalf of the community and a fellow that has a little younger brother in the program, thank you for making this such a great experience for the kids.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We love working with these kids, and that's what it's about. I just want to let everybody know that just keep coming out and keep supporting us. And we're here for you guys, as we're here for. And you never know. In those camps, you might end up develop a big leader someday. You never know.
That's exactly the fun part of it, Bobby. Bobby, I know when we come back, we're home for 8 games starting tomorrow evening. Please treat yourself and your wife Claudia, your daughter Paulina, and your new son Joshua to a meal at Zio Giano's Italian Spaghetti Houses. So much good for so little money. Zio Giano's. Bobby, thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
That's Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis, as always on Friday, taking your baseball questions. Up next, I'll have the starting lineups. This is the series finale between the Kernels and Swing at John O'Donnell Stadium, and I'll have those lineups when we return on the Colonel Radio Network.
Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Hello again, everyone. John Rogers with you from John O'Donnell Stadium, where the Kernels will take on the Swing of the Quad Cities in the series finale that started here on Tuesday night with a Swing 12-inning 2-0 win. And then Wednesday afternoon, the Kernels in 11 innings bowed to the Quad City Ball Club 8-7. Last night, the Kernels took a 1-0 lead in the second inning, but Quad Cities belted 3 home runs off Kernel starter Andy Hill, and the Swing won for the 3rd time in a row over our ball club by the final of 7-3. This will be the 12th meeting between the Kernels and Quad Cities in the last 3 weeks, and the Swing have bettered us, winning 7 out of 11, including the first 3 in this series. The Kernels will go with Nick Adenhart, ace of the staff. He and Stephen Merrick, a combined 13-3, both All-Stars, and Nick will try to bounce back from a subpar performance Sunday afternoon at home against Burlington. Nick Adenhart was roughed up in 2 innings, allowing 9 runs, 7 earned on 9 hits. It was an aberration, I'm sure. Nick Adenhart on the hill tonight for the Kernels, and he'll be opposed by lefty Adam Daniels for Quad Cities. Daniels pitched against us in our home ballpark back on May 18th, a no decision in a 10-5 Swing victory. The umpires have just come out, and our umpires are sponsored by Anderson and Brown Eye Care. Things are coming into focus at Anderson and Brown Eye Care. Their new location is on Boyson Road in Hiawatha. It's easy in, easy out, right off I-380. And Anderson and Brown Eye Care is a full-service comprehensive eye care center. That means you can have your eyes examined at Anderson and Brown Eye Care and then pick out your glasses and contact lenses right on site. Anderson and Brown Eye Care has evening and Saturday hours, so it makes it easy for you to schedule an appointment, and their entire building, including the exam rooms, are wheelchair accessible. Anderson and Brown Eye Care sponsors our umpires, and they're about to take in the lineup cards for the series finale here in Davenport. Keith Mitchell has his team red hot. Quad Cities has won 9 of their last 10. The Swing is in 6th place in the 8-team Western Division standings. Actually, they've tied now for 5th place with Burlington. Both teams have records of 29 and 29. Leading off for Quad Cities, Daniel Nelson, their fine leadoff hitter, a switch hitter from Los Angeles. He's at second base this evening. Nelson belted a 2-run homer in the swing win last night. Batting second at third base is Casey Roulette. Colby Rasmus, a 19-year-old first-round pick by the Redbirds last year, the St. Louis Cardinals, that is in center field hitting third. Batting cleanup, Randy Roth at first base. Roth is hitting .310, sixth highest batting average in the league. The shortstop tonight for the Swing is Jose Martinez. He'll bat fifth. Hitting sixth, Chad Gabriel, the designated hitter. A.J. Van Slyke will be in left field. He's getting his first start of the series. A.J. batting seventh, the son of former Cardinal and Pirate great center fielder Andy Van Slyke. In right field, Simon Williams. He hit his first home run of the year last night to tie the game in the third. And batting ninth, the catcher, who also slugged his first home run of the year last night, Henry Guerrero. On the hill is lefty Adam Daniels, 23 years old, a Cardinal 15th-round pick last year out of Oklahoma State. Adam, 6'2", 190, was born in British Columbia. He's a Canadian, Adam Daniels, 2-4 this year, making his ninth start with a 4.03 earned run average. Allen Motor Company, as always, brings you the Kernels starting lineup. Allen's has a fabulous offer they'd like to share with you, and that is your first year's maintenance free on Allen's if you buy now a 2005 Buick Century, 2005 Buick LeSabre, or 2006 Buick Rendezvous. Allen Motor Company. Visit them at their spectacular campus, I-380 Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. Allen's is open late until 9 o'clock Mondays and Thursdays, and they're open till 5 tomorrow. Leading off for the Kernels, he leads the league in steals with 21, center fielder Brad Kuhn. Switch-hitting all-star shortstop Heinle Stacia will bat second. Brett Martinez has swung a hot bat in this series. He's elevated into the number 3 slot in the Allen Motor Company order, and Brett will catch. Mark Trumbo is also swinging the bat well. Mark is the cleanup batter at first base. Designated hitter Flint Whipke will bat fifth for the Kernels. At third base in the Allen Motor Company order is Dallas Morris. Morris will bat sixth. Hitting seventh is Stantrell Smith in left field. 6 of Stantrell's 7 runs driven in this year have come against the Swing. Smith will bat seventh. Hitting eighth, the second baseman Marco Albano. And batting ninth for the Kernels, Tyler Johnson in right field. On the hill for the Kernels, he is tied for the league lead in wins with 7. All-star right-hander Nick Adenhart. Nick is 7-2, third in the league with 74 strikeouts in 74 2/3 innings. Nick Adenhart's ERA is terrific 2.17. The league is hitting just .221 against Nick Adenhart. This is Nick's third start against the Swing. He was a 4-1 winner at our ballpark on May 20th and then dropped his first decision of the season right here at John O'Donnell Stadium on May 25th. He lost 1-0. Nick Adenhart, 7-2, making his 13th start of the year. Midwest League All-Star, has given the Swing just 2 runs on 11 hits in 15 innings pitched against the St. Louis Cardinal minor leaguers this year. That does it for the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. The Swing are ready to take the field from their third base dugout. It's cooled off here considerably. A light breeze is blowing in from left center field. The flagpole is on top of a sidewalk that resides atop a grass slope seating berm above the left field wall here at John O'Donnell Stadium, and a picturesque, gorgeous setting with the Mississippi River as the backdrop beyond the outfield wall. The Kernels have had their struggles in the last week. Our last win came last Friday as we opened a 4-game series at home against the Burlington Bees. We won that one 4-2, but then proceeded to lose the next 3, and the Kernels have fallen 3 times here in Davenport. So we need to get our ship righted and get our momentum back, get that good winning feeling in the clubhouse. The Kernel record stands at 26-35, 9 games under 500. We're 12-15 at home, and on the road 14-20. The Swing take the field in their white home uniforms with vest tops, powder blue sleeves, powder blue socks, powder blue hats, and orange numbers. Their names are on the back of their white home uniforms. Let's pause here from John O'Donnell Stadium to honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. It's a Scout Sleep sleepover here tonight at John O'Donnell Stadium. So a Cub Scout pack is presenting the colors behind home plate. And now our national anthem singer is ready to go. The national anthem here from John O'Donnell Stadium, where we'll have a good-sized crowd on this delightfully cool Friday evening. The Kernels sending right-hander Nick Adenhart, all-star, 7-game winner, to the hill against lefty Adam Daniels. We're back at home tomorrow for a 7 o'clock start. The gates open at 6, and Bank of the West will sponsor fireworks. Fireworks to follow tomorrow evening's series opener against the Fort Wayne Wizards. They're the San Diego Padre minor leaguers in the Midwest League. The colors are still being retired down the right field line by the Cub Scout troop, and both teams standing at attention. And now Adam Daniels, the lefty, takes his hat off of his chest across his heart, and he'll start his warm-up tosses. We're home tomorrow evening, as I said, for the fireworks show being sponsored by Bank of the West. Then on Sunday afternoon, Sky Dogs USA will entertain. It's Bark in the Park. You can bring your dog to the ballpark. The gates open at 1 o'clock on Sunday. For a 2 o'clock game, the Kernels will be signing autographs from 1:20 until 1:40. Popcorn's only $1. And by bringing your dog to the park, we call the promotion Bark in the Park. Your dog will be allowed on the field with you and in tow, and you'll have a pregame parade. And then Sky Dogs USA will perform throughout the afternoon. That's this Sunday. The weather's supposed to be delightfully cool, low humidity. So meet me at the stadium this weekend. Monday night, we'll continue our 4-game series against Fort Wayne with a Dollar Dog Monday. Hot dogs are only $1 this Monday evening. And remember, to avoid any possibility of not getting the seat you want or a long line before the game at the ticket box office, make sure you call ahead or order your tickets online. Our ticket outlet number, 896-7560, 896-7560, or log on to our website, www.kernels.com. Then we wrap up the 4-game series, the first leg of an 8-game homestand, with a noon game on Tuesday, the 13th. That's a triple play Tuesday. That means you get any regular sandwich, beverage, and chips for only $5 on a triple play Tuesday. Well, we're set for baseball. The Kernels seemed pretty optimistic that tonight could be the night that they win for the first time since last Friday. Throughout this tailspin, the Kernels have remained calm and focused and optimistic and positive, and that's all you can ask out of a ball club, is to just apply yourself the best you can every day and pull together as a team, give each other a lift, and start believing in yourself. And it's just been a matter of paltry offense that has really plagued the ball club most of the year, and if we can get that situation remedied, I think we're in for a very strong finish here in the first half, and hopefully some great things in the second half. Thanks for settling in with us. Brad Kuhn is first up as the leadoff batter for the Kernels. lefty Adam Daniels' first pitch to Brad is a strike called a fastball. Brad Kuhn is hitting .251. No homers, 16 RBIs, and a league-high 21 steals. Brad was 1 for 4 in last night's contest, and Daniels misses low and away to even the count to Kuhn. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brad's wearing his Colonel Red socks up high. Usually he wears his gray trousers down to his shoe tops, and you can't see his red socks. There's ball 2 outside from the southpaw. Adam Daniels, a 6-0 winner his previous start. That was Sunday in Grand Rapids, Michigan. 7 innings, he blanked the Whitecaps on 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 3. Ball 3 is up and in to Brad Kuhn, and Adam Daniels, who got the first pitch over, is now fallen behind 3-1. Casey Roulette is at third base this evening. He's playing shallow, and Brad Kuhn fouls the 3-1 pitch straight back, and it's a full count to Brad now. Kuhn, Stacia, Brett Martinez here in the top of the first inning. The sun is not a factor. A mixture of blue and white colors in the sky, but no sun right now. And there's some sun on the Colonel first inning as Adam Daniels spins in ball 4, low and outside, and Brad Kuhn with his league high 21 steals, maybe trying to measure this lefty. Ordinarily, lefties are much tougher to gauge a pickoff move off of than a right-hander. Brad walks to start this evening's contest. Now switch-hitting shortstop Heinle Stacia at the plate. Kuhn not running, and a letter-high fastball is upstairs, ball 1 to Heinle Stacia. Stacia also wearing his Red Sox up high. Heinle has 4 hits in this series in 15 at-bats. He singled in the first last night, was 1 for 4. A throw to first and no tag by Randy Roth, the swing first baseman. Everything under the lights this evening on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. There goes Kuhn. He got a great break. The throw to second, and Brad is safe. A head-first slide ahead of a strong throw by Henry Guerrero. Daniel Nelson, the second baseman, put the tag down very quickly on Brad Kuhn, but Brad has his team and league high 22nd stolen base of the year. Brad Kuhn slid in head first, just ahead of the throw and tag at second base. Now a pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 2 to Heinle Stacia. I thought the last pitch was a ball, but I guess it was a strike, and it's 2-1 to Stacia. Now Heinle with Kuhn at second waits as the lefty Daniels spins and looks back. Brad Kuhn to second. The outfield for the swing, A.J. Van Slyken left, Colby Rasmus in center, Simon Williams in right. They're straight away for Heinle. A tap pass first, a foul ball. Foul ball as Heinle was trying to get Kuhn over to third, and Heinle just about accomplished that goal as he bounced it foul to the right of Randy Roth, who plucked it out behind first base. This is the 12th and final meeting between our two ball clubs in the first half, and they've all come in the last 2.5 to 3 weeks. A nubber in front of home plate, and it's a foul ball. Foul ball fielded about 8 feet to the left of home plate in foul ground by Henry Guerrero. Guerrero's only playing in his 7th game of the year for the swing. He's wearing black shin guards and a black chest protector. Henry came over to the Cardinal organization from the Baltimore Orioles system. And boy, did he play a big role in their win last night. The swing 7-3 victory, that is. A single aboard on a 2-run homer, and then he homered himself. Heinle Stacia chops it over the hill. Kuhn goes to third. The throw to first is low, but dug out by Randy Roth by Jose Martinez, the shortstop. That was a good piece of hitting by Heinle Stacia. Stacia put the ball in play, bounced it over the pitcher's head between the mound and second Jose Martinez charged in and to his left, and he reached down to glove it and threw on the run low, but it was dug out at first by Randy Roth. Now the Kernels have a great chance to take the lead tonight for Nick Adenhart. Infield in, and a pitch in the dirt. Brad Kuhn's going to score standing up. Brad Kuhn scores to make it 1-0 Kernels. Kuhn dashes across the plate safely. That pitch was low, and it flipped off the mid of the catcher, Henry Guerrero. For right now, I'll call it a wild pitch, and the Kernels lead it 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. How about that? The Kernels take the lead for the third time in a row in this series. We led 2-0 Wednesday afternoon, 1-0 last night, and 1-0 this evening. Now ball 2 is downstairs to Brett Martinez. Brett hitting .218 now. And there's ball 3 inside. Martinez owns a 3-game hitting streak. Brett is 4 for 8 in this series. And he's taking all the way on a 3-0 delivery, strike 1. Brett doubled and scored in the Colonel 2-run ninth last night. He has 2 doubles in this series. And a fastball ruled high and in, and Brett Martinez is aboard, drawing a 1-out walk here in the first inning. 1-0 Kernels. Brad Kuhn led off the game by walking, stole his Midwest League high 22nd base, went to third on a Heinle Stacia bouncer over the hill. Stacia retired by the shortstop, who threw him out. Kuhn went to third, and then Brad scored on a wild pitch by Adam Daniels, the lefty. Mark Trumbo takes a big cut and misses, strike 1. Mark hitting .217. Colonel cleanup batter. 1 for 3 last night with a walk and a run scored. He also reached on an error. Right-handed hitter facing lefty Adam Daniels, and ball 1 goes down and away. That was a changeup. The wild pitch by Adam Daniels was his 15th of the season. 15 wild pitches uncorked by this lefty. He throws to first, wild throw, and Brett Martinez will go to second, maybe to third. The ball gets caught underneath a fence down near the Colonel bullpen, and Martinez will advance to second, a throwing error by Adam Daniels. 2 walks in the inning, a stolen base, a wild pitch, and an errant pickoff throw. And the Kernels now have a runner at second with only 1 away, and Mark Trumbo takes a strike on the inside corner, a fastball. Adam Daniels has hit 2 batters this year. His ERA is 4.03. He is coming off a 7-inning shutout performance last Sunday in Battle Creek, Michigan. Trumbo grounds one foul past the feet of Colonel third base coach Eric Owens. That's right, Eric Owens is coaching third. Bobby Magianis watching this one from the Colonel dugout. And Jordan Renz, the Midwest League's leading home run hitter, coaching at first base. Jordan sidelined for the second straight game with a sore shoulder. He incurred that when he bulldozed over catcher Brian Anderson here on Wednesday afternoon, and Anderson hasn't played in the series since then either. Trumbo loops one into shallow right. It falls for a base hit. Brett Martinez will stop at third. He wasn't sure that Mark's little looper would get over the head of the first baseman, Randy Roth. It did. Good base running by Brett Martinez. He read it as best he could. From up here, we could tell that Trumbo's little Texas League flare was going to make it over the first baseman's head, and it dropped in right. Mark Trumbo has the first Colonel hit of this inning, and it's Mark's 5th hit in the series. Boy, I'm telling you, when you can put the ball in play, just like Stacia did to get Kuhn from second to third in this inning, and just like Mark Trumbo just did, if we can cut down on our number of strikeouts, that will be a big step in the right direction to get our ball club going offensively. We're only hitting .236 as a team, tied for 11th in the 14-team Midwest League. Flint Whipke at the plate to face the southpaw. Flint fouls the first pitch off to the right, strike one. Flint Whipke was 0 for 4 last night. He's 1 for 13 in this series. Flint has a homer, 17 RBIs, and the law of averages should favor Flint. He's just 2 for 29 against swing pitching so far this year. A cut fastball juts downstairs for ball one to the Colonel right-handed batter. Flint steps out and checks the signals being flashed by third base coach Eric Owens. Martinez at third, Mark Trumbo at first, one away, top of the first inning, 1-0 Kernels. Whipke grounds one to short. Martinez will throw to second, out, throw to first, double play. A first and third one-out situation turns into a broken bat 6-4-3 double play. I thought Flint would beat the throw from second baseman Daniel Nelson because Jose Martinez had to charge that ball, but the swing turned it very well. 6-4-3. Flint Whipke's struggles against the swing are really unbelievable. He's 2 for 30 now against Quad City pitching. The Colonels score 1 run to take the lead in the first on 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 swing error, a wild pitch, and the Colonels strand 1. Nick Adenhart with his 7-2 record out to the mound. Here in Davenport, where after 1/2 inning, it's the Colonels 1 and Quad Cities coming up. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
1-0 Colonels as Nick Adenhart set to go against switch-hitting leadoff batter playing second base tonight for Quad Cities, Daniel Nelson. Straightaway stance. He uses a black lacquer bat, and he shoots one into deep left over the head of Stantrell Smith. Stantrell racing back, gets a glove on it, drops it, and it'll be a two-base error on the Colonel left fielder. Daniel Nelson corked it high and deep to left. Stantrell Smith went fading away back in front of the warning track, had it and dropped it. And that's the second error of the season on the Colonel left fielder, E7. Well, Stantrell, unable to haul that one in, had to go back, turned his back on home plate, and in front of the warning track, reached up, had it in his glove, and dropped it. Daniel Nelson, who hit a 2-run homer in the third to put Quad Cities ahead 3-1 last night, has a gift. Here's a bunt, and Nick Adenhart will throw to third. That runner is out at third. What a play by Nick Adenhart. The Colonel pitcher took that bunt off the bat of Casey Roulette and fielded it about halfway between the mound and home plate. Nick then spun, and he fired to Dallas Morris, and Daniel Nelson was out. It went 1-5. Adenhart to Morris. Casey Roulette, unsuccessful in his sacrifice bunt attempt, is aboard at first with one out. And here's Colby Rasmus driving one into right hard. Going back is Tyler Johnson. He can't get it. Racing around third to tie the game is Casey Roulette. And pulling into second with an RBI double is Colby Rasmus. The first three pitches by Nick Adenhart have resulted in a run for the swing. Colby Rasmus stopped that one over the head of Tyler Johnson in right for his 16th double of the year. Colby's hitting .375 against us this year. And the swing on three pitches have tied this game here in the bottom of the first inning, 1-1. Colby Rasmus with his 30th RBI of the year chased home Casey Roulette all the way from first base. Here's a ground ball to short, and Stacia will throw to third. That runner out, and there are two away. Finally, Stacia threw to Dallas Morris. Colby Rasmus tried to go from second to third on that bouncer by Randy Roth. Four pitches by Nick Adenhart here in the bottom of the first inning. Two out. Randy Roth reaches on a fielder's choice as Stacia made a very good decision to throw to third base, and Colby Rasmus was a goner trying to go from second to third. It went 6-5. And a pitch taken for ball or strike one by Jose Martinez. 1-1 our score here in the bottom of the first inning. Man, this season's been so unpredictable. It's one of the reasons I've really enjoyed coming to the ballpark home and away every single day and night, because this Colonel Ball Club, you just never know what you're going to see in a game. Who would expect that four pitches would result in a swing run with four batters swinging at the first pitches? Here's a pitch in the dirt. Brett Martinez will have to try to keep Randy Roth from going to third. He does. The wild pitch by Nick Adenhart advances Randy Roth to second, and that's Nick's 11th wild pitch of the season. A two-base error by Stantrell Smith, and then Casey Roulette trying to bunt his way on. Adenhart fielded it. Nick fired to Dallas Morris at third, and Daniel Nelson was out. Colby Rasmus then whacked a double into right center to score Roulette, and then Rasmus was thrown out trying to go from second to third on a ground ball to short. Randy Roth reached, went to second on a wild pitch. Now Jose Martinez fouls a 2-2 pitch straight back. Two out, runner at second. The 2-2 to the right-handed batter is in the dirt, and that one hits Martinez in the chest protector. That one only went 52 feet, barely made it into the dirt batting circle. And another wild pitch by Nick Adenhart has Randy Roth at third base with two out. Well, Nick just hasn't been himself his last two starts. Brett Martinez calmly walks Nick back to the hill. Ball three was a changeup in the dirt to Jose Martinez. Jose batting .240. Has run the count full. And a pitch in the dirt, ball four. Jose Martinez walks. Something's out of sync with Nick Adenhart's delivery. He almost stopped before delivering that pitch. And the swing now sent up Chad Gabriel. 1-1 our score, bottom of the first inning. Chad Gabriel didn't play last night. He started here on Wednesday afternoon, was 1 for 3 before being lifted for a pinch hitter in the eighth inning. Gabriel, a right-handed hitter. Straightaway stance. He was a Cardinal 20th round pick in 2004, and he swings and misses at a good changeup. Strike one to Chad Gabriel. The wind is blowing in from left center field tonight. First and third for Quad Cities, and Nick Adenhart's fastball is downstairs, ball one. Chad Gabriel. In 19 games, this fella's hitting .309. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Gabriel pops one foul. There may be a play beyond the Colonel dugout for Mark Trumbo, and it's beyond Mark's reach up onto the picnic tarmac. The picnic area that sits at field level and parallels the right field line, runs right up into the Colonel right field bullpen. On a Friday night, as you would expect, a good-sized crowd is here. And they've seen a lot of offense so far. The runner from first goes, and a swing and a miss on a curveball. Chad Gabriel fans with Jose Martinez running, and the swing first inning is over. They score 1 run on 1 hit one Colonel error, two wild pitches, and the swing leave a pair. And after one, here in Davenport, the Kernels and Quad Cities are tied at 1. And you're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
We have a 1-1 ball game as we go to the top half of the second inning here at John O'Donnell Stadium. 75th year that they've been playing baseball here on the banks of the Mississippi. The Quad Cities are Davenport, Iowa, Bettendorf, Iowa, Moline, Illinois, and Rock Island, Illinois. And you can walk around this entire ballpark. It's a picturesque, panoramic view of the Mississippi River, picturesque setting, and the All-Star Game will be here on Tuesday, June 20th. Here's Dallas Morris, hitting .228 on the year, first up against Adam Daniels, and Daniels brings in a fastball for strike one called. Adam comes 3/4, and the Southpaw's making his 9th start of the year, a 2-4 record. Pitched against us 3 weeks ago, May 18th, a no decision, as Dallas takes outside ball one. Adam Daniels went 4 1/3 against our ball club on May 18th at Veterans Memorial Stadium, surrendered 2 runs in 4 1/3 on 6 hits, struck out none, and walked 3. Dallas Morris hits a tailing line drive foul into the right field corner. That would have been a double for Dallas, but it tailed foul. And Morris is in the hole 1-2. Dallas Morris, 23-year-old right-handed hitter, singled leading off the second last night, stole second, and scored to give the Kernels a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Dallas Morris fans, and Henry Guerrero has to pop out in front of the plate to complete the strikeout by throwing to first. He does that. And there's one away here in the Kernel first inning, as Dallas Morris is the first strikeout victim of Adam Daniels. Daniels has pitched 44 2/3 innings this year, allowed 42 hits in 44 2/3, struck out 35, and walked 14. The lights have just been turned on here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Ball one, a changeup in the dirt to Stantrell Smith, who's hit safely in each of the first 3 games of this series. Stantrell tried to hold up on a pitch down and in and swung at it for strike one. Stantrell Smith, playing in his 24th game for the Kernels, is batting .216, no homers, 7 RBIs, 6 of them have come against Quad Cities. Smith corks one down the line and left for extra bases. Over to get it is A.J. Van Slyke. Stantrell is galloping to second, and he comes in standing up with a 1-out double. Stantrell Smith is hit safely in all 4 games of this series. Smith is the go-ahead run at second as he ripped a double down the left field line. It didn't get to the wall. A.J. Van Slyke cut it off, but not in time to hold Stantrell Smith to a single. Stantrell, boy, he can really fly, Stantrell Smith. He has a galloping, loping gait, and he's at second with 1 out for Marco Albano, who will try to tie this game with a base hit. Ball one is low, a fastball. Marco, nothing for 3 last night, is hitting .222. No homers, 7 RBIs. Marco Albano out of Boston College. 1 for 8 so far in this series. A fastball on the inside corner is a strike. Now just a little bit of sun is shining out in the outfield where left fielder A.J. Van Slyke plays. Stantrell Smith at second, and ball 2 is way high and outside. This Quad Cities ball club, in 11 games, their pitching staff has a 2.29 ERA against us. 2.29. Quad Cities' overall ERA this year, 3.59. Just behind the Kernels. They're 8th in the league in pitching. We're 7th with a 3.58 ERA. Marco shoots it foul off to the right. And it's 2-2 to Albano. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the second inning. Tomorrow evening, you'll hear us in the zone, 1600 a.m. Tonight, we welcome you to 1450 KMRY. Time is called by Marco Albano. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Colonel second baseman. Albano is a right-handed batter. And he's ready for this 2-2 pitch from the lefty. And he serves it foul behind Eric Owens, coaching at third for the Kernels. EO, as the players call him. Kernels donning their all-red caps this evening. Last night, we wore our all-blue caps. The Kernels in their gray road uniforms with red socks, red numbers trimmed in white. Cedar Rapids in big block letters arched across the front of the jerseys. The 2-2 to Marco. Instead, the lefty whirls and looks Stantrell Smith back to second. Stantrell with a 1-out double here in the second. Edging away from the base. Now Albano lays off ball 3 down and in. On deck is Tyler Johnson. Kernels have hit much better against left-handed pitching this year than right-handers. We're hitting .263 against southpaws, and the 3-2 pitch to Marco is topped foul up the third base side, and Eric Owens tosses it up into the crowd. Stantrell Smith at second. Daniel Nelson now taking a few steps towards the bag from his second base position. Ball 4, low to Marco Albano. And the Kernels have runners at first and second with 1 out here in the second. And Tyler Johnson at the plate. That's the third walk issued by Adam Daniels, the lefty, here so far tonight. Tyler Johnson is playing in his 8th game as a Colonel. Hitting .074, no homers, no RBIs, 1 double for Tyler Johnson, right-handed hitter. Kernels may put a hit and run on here. Tyler struggled at the plate. A changeup is outside, ball 1 to Tyler Johnson. The Kernels are hitting .263 against left-handed pitching, .236 overall. So that tells you the success we've had against lefties this year. Considerably more than right-handers. Strike 1 at the knees, a fastball to Tyler Johnson. 2 on, 1 out. The runners go, and a pitch outside to throw to third, and a double steal. Stantrell Smith beat the throw by Henry Guerrero. The ball came trickling out of Casey Rollette's glove. Marco Albano followed the lead of Stantrell Smith. He steals second. The Kernels lead the league in stolen bases, and a big double steal by Stantrell Smith and Marco Albano. The Kernels now have runners at second and third, only 1 out, and the infield in for Quad Cities. Ball 3 low and in to Tyler Johnson. The Kernels came into tonight's game leading the league with 80 stolen bases. This is our 62nd game of the year. Strike 2 called at the knees to Tyler Johnson. And now the count full. The infield is in. Casey Roulette at third. Jose Martinez at second. Jose Martinez at short. Daniel Nelson at second. And over at first is Randy Roth. A lot of hitting room through the right side of the infield. And now Tyler Johnson, the right-handed hitter, steps out. Stantrell Smith and Marco Albano lead away at third and second, respectively. Tyler nubs it up the first base line, and he drives home a run. It's fielded by Randy Roth. Scoring is Stantrell Smith, and it's 2-1 Kernels. Tyler Johnson put the ball in play. He rolls out up the first baseline very softly. His first RBI is a Kernel, and it's 2-1 Kernels. So the double steal helps the Kernels take the lead back. Now Brad Kuhn with Albano at third and 2 away. Takes a bunt and takes high, ball 1. 2-1 Kernels here in the top of the second inning. Good to see Tyler Johnson put that ball in play. And as a result, he drove in his first run as a Kernel. Here's a pitch slapped to second. Daniel Nelson has it, and a short 15-foot toss to first gets Brad Kuhn. Brad, who walked, stole second, and scored in the first, has tapped out to second to end the Kernels' second inning. 1 run for the Kernels on 1 hit, a walk, a double steal. There were no swing errors, and the Kernels strand 1 and have left 2. And after an inning and a half, the Kernels lead the swing 2-1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
What are you playing, Nigel?
I was just trading places with Phoebe from Friends. She's so funny. She's wicked.
Cool. You know, Sierra Mist and TBS have their Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes, where you can really trade places with your favorite characters and win the ultimate sitcom getaway. Yeah, just go to TBS.com to enter. You could win the Friends, Ross and Rachel honeymoon trip to Vegas. There's also a trip to see where the Seinfeld gang hung out in New York City. Or an Everybody Loves Raymond trip to a golf resort in California.
The Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes. Just watch Friends on TBS and enter at TBS.com. Brought to you by Sierra Mist. It's that refreshing. No purchase necessary. Internet access required. Subject to official rules at TBS.com. Open to legal residents of the continental U.S. 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Ends 5/16/06.
Nick Adenhart, with his 7-2 record, 19-year-old right-hander from Maryland, is set to go here in the bottom of the second inning. The Kernels scored a run in the first. The swing countered with 1 in there. Bottom of the first, the Kernels have taken the lead with a run here in the top of the second. A.J. Van Slyke squirts one past the mound. Charged by Stacia. Heinley's throw just in time. Oh, Heinley Stacia has made another fantastic play. He had to charge in hard as A.J. Van Slyke hit one softly just beyond the reach of Nick Adenhart. And I really didn't think, with Van Slyke being a left-handed batter, that Heinley had a chance to get A.J., but he sure did, and there's 1 out on 1 pitch here in the swing, second inning. A.J. Van Slyke, getting his first start in this series, has grounded out to shallow shortstop. Simon Williams takes high. Simon belted a home run down the left field line, just inside the foul pole over the 343 mark last night, and it tied the game in the third inning. Swing and a miss by Williams, strike 1. Simon Williams is a big man, 6'3", 220. He's from the University of Maine, and he hit .287 here in 64 games last year. This is his third year of pro ball, and Nick Adenhart's changeup has Simon Williams way out in front. Strike two to Simon. Williams in 15 games as a swing this year. That sounds funny, doesn't it? 15 games, I guess we should say with the swing, because usually you say in 15 games with the Cardinals or with the Dodgers or with the Kernels, but when you say in 15 games as a swing, it's with the swing. He fouls one back. He's batting .163. Nick Adenhart misses high and in with the fastball. And it's 2-1 now, or 2-2 rather, to Simon Williams. 2-1 Kernels, one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Kane County leads the West. Their record is 37-23. Peoria is 3 games back. A curve looked good from here, but Simon Williams laid off, ball 3. Beloit is in third place. They're 6.5 out of first and 3.5 back of second place Peoria. Then come Burlington and Quad Cities. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Simon Williams fans, 2 gone here in the swing second inning. Boy, did Nick Adenhart ever pull the string on that delivery. Simon Williams, who hit his first home run of the year here last night, has struck out for the second out of the second inning. Henry Guerrero singled in front of Daniel Nelson's 2-run homer last night in the third. Then Guerrero himself homered over the right field wall, leading off the 5th inning. He was 2 for 3, Henry Guerrero. Strike one to the right-handed hitter, 24-year-old catcher out of Venezuela, who was signed by the Cardinals after Baltimore released him. Henry holds his hands high above his back ear. And there's strike 2 called at the knees. Quad Cities hit 3 home runs in their win last night. They're now 4th, 1 home run behind the Kernels in the Midwest League in the long ball category. Nick Adenhart's 0-2 is a breaking pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Every Kernel home run hit this season means PRC's Community Care will donate and has donated $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in PRC's Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. The 1-2 to Guerrero. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. A 91-mile-an-hour fastball, according to the speed pitch panel on the lower third of the scoreboard in left center. Nick Adenhart breezes through the bottom of the second inning, striking out a pair. And as we go to the third here in Davenport, the Kernels lead the swing 2-1. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth for reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears. And it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
It'll be Heinley Stacia, Brett Martinez, Mark Trumbo to face lefty. Adam Daniels from Vancouver, British Columbia, 23-year-old lefty who was drafted by the Cardinals out of Oklahoma State last year. Daniels, in his rookie year of pro ball, started 5 games, relieved in 5, won 2, lost 1 with a 4.50 ERA with New Jersey last year. Heinley Stacia stands in and pops the first pitch foul outside of first. An easy play for Randy Roth, about 15 feet back of the base and foul ground. Randy Roth has it. Hailey Stacia has fouled out to first. First pitch swinging, 1 out here in the Kernel third inning. 2-1 Kernels. Brett Martinez drew a walk his first time up. Brett's hitting third in the Allen Motor Company lineup this evening. Remember, Allen Motor Company's open until 5 tomorrow night. Strike one on a pitch at the knees, a fastball. Martinez batting .218. No homers, 14 runs driven in for Brett. Now he calls time and steps out. Quad Cities has made 97 errors in 58 games, yet they're .500, 29-29. Swing and a miss by Brett, strike two. The swing, hitting .274 here at home. The Kernels are hitting a lowly .222 on the road. Brett Martinez was fooled on an 0-2 changeup and took a half swing and went around, strike three. 2 away here in the Kernel third inning. Mark Trumbo dumped a single into right field in the Kernel first inning. A couple of dozen fans enjoying the action out on the grass slope seating berm above the left field wall. Here's a chopper to short, easy for Jose Martinez. He guns across the diamond, and Mark Trumbo chops out to short. And a 5-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Adam Daniels. That's right, he only made 5 pitches to retire the Kernels in order in the top of the third inning. Nick Adenhart quickly back to the mound for the Kernels, who after 2.5 here in Davenport own a 2-1 lead over the swing. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Who's that true cooking man? King of the grill, who's show? Daddy-O.
It's time for Clement's Great Grill Challenge. If someone asks you, what's cooking, Daddy-O, tell them Clement's is always lean and juicy. The other guys have more fat, more flare-ups, and shrinking taste. Avoid unnecessary flare-ups. Never substitute fat for flavor. Always grill Clement.
King of the grill, man. Grill's hot. Who's your patio?
Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center is your perennial plant expert with the best selection of perennials in town. It's important you know that because this month of June is Perennial Gardening Month. Start your lasting perennial garden with a visit to Peck's. They have a great variety of new and all-time old favorite perennials. From their selection of quality perennials, you can select the right ones for your garden or yard. Each week during this month of June, Peck's will feature a perennial plant available for a special price. So be sure to look for the week's special featured perennial as you stroll through Peck's many acres of plants and flowers. Peck's is celebrating 50 years of growing in eastern Iowa. They're open until 8 o'clock on weeknights, 5 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. Peck's Flower Shop, Garden Center, Nursery, and Landscaping. They're at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road, Northeast. Top of the order for Quad Cities here in the bottom of the third inning. Kernels lead it 2-1. Quad Cities has won 9 of their last 10, and we're out to try to snap a 6-game losing streak. Daniel Nelson sends the first pitch foul into the bleacher section that parallels the left field line. Strike one. Daniel reached on a 2-base error committed by Stantrell Smith in the first inning. Nelson has driven in 9 of his 19 runs against us this season. A full windup and a curveball from Nick Adenhart, and a swing and a miss by Daniel Nelson. Daniel Nelson's 5'8". He's a switch hitter from Pierce College in Los Angeles. Wears his powder blue socks up high. Stands straight away from the left side. Nelson, a .269 hitter. Slaps the 0-2 pitch foul into the backstop. Daniel Nelson slugged a 2-run homer last night over the 12-foot-high wall in right center. Navy blue padded wall as Adenhart chokes a curveball off and misses high and away. Above the 12-foot-high blue padded wall is a 20-foot-high black net that serves as an ideal hitter's eye here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Nelson on a 1-2 pitch, corks it hard to second on 2 hops. Marco Albano gloves and throws out Daniel Nelson. 1 away here in the swing 3rd inning, 2-1 Kernels. State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Gary Schubat. Gary's here tonight. Dale Thompson and Brad Dunn bring us our first look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The batter is Casey Roulette, ball 1, down and away from Nick Adenhart. Let's begin in the American League at Yankee Stadium. In the bottom of the 5th, the Athletics lead New York 6-1. Roulette shoots one foul off to the right. Heading towards the base of the Centennial Bridge, strike 1. Casey Roulette reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Casey batting .218, 1 home run. It came in the series opener here Tuesday night. 20 runs driven in. A big Uncle Charlie has the right-handed batter spinning for cover, strike 2. They're already in the bottom of the 7th at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox lead the Rangers 3-2. The Tigers in Toronto. Here's a line shot, hooking, tailing foul into the Colonel, beyond the Colonel right field bullpen by Casey Roulette. The Tigers and Blue Jays are playing at Rogers Center, and they're tied in the top of the 5th, 2-2. The Royals are at Kauffman Stadium, and in the top of the 3rd, they trail Tampa Bay 1-0. The Twins are hosting the Orioles. Casey Roulette loops a pitch to the right side, and Marco Albano covers a lot of ground to his left, and Marco snares it. Boy, Marco Albano had to move quickly to his left. Casey Roulette tried to punch that one into shallow right, and Marco Albano, moving quickly to his left, caught it for the second out of the swing, 3rd inning. And that's now 6 in a row retired by Nick Adenhart. The Colonels lead it here in the bottom of the 3rd, 2-1. Baltimore's ahead of the Twins at the Metrodome, 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning as left-handed hitting Colby Rasmus takes ball 1 low. The White Sox trail the Indians 1-0, top of the 1st at U.S. Cellular Park. A ground ball to second. Marco Albano has it. The short toss to first in time to get Colby Rasmus. The top of the order is brushed aside easily by right-hander Nick Adenhart, who has now set down 7 straight Quad Cities hitters. Down in order go the swing in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll take a look at the National League scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard when the Colonels come to bat in the top of the 4th inning. Later tonight in the American League, our parent club, the Angels, now 5 games under 500, are hosting the Seattle Mariners. We'll get to the National League when we return. After 3 in Davenport, it's still the Colonels 2 and the Swing 1, and you're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
The summer heat can be so oppressive unless you can keep your cool. Who do you call when your cooling system fails? Call on the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. The A-Team can inspect and ensure that your cooling system is good to go when you need it most. 24 hours a day, rely on the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872. 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
This is for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
When it's important to you, coffee works, let your work shine through. Quality coffee, we do it for less. Don't settle for second best. Coffee works, computer center, coffee works. We do it better when you think of coffee. Think of Coffee Works. Coffee works, coffee works.
Top of the 4th, and designated hitter Flint Whipke looks at a strike called, and now the lefty Adam Daniels misses low with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Flint. He ended the Colonel first by tapping into a 6-4-3 twin killing. Whitkey leading off here in the fourth, 2-1 Kernels, and ball 2 is high and outside from Daniels. National League State Farm Major League scoreboard, they're already in the bottom of the sixth in Cincinnati, and the Cubs lead the Reds 3-2. Flint Whitkey, right-handed batter, grounds one sharply underneath the legs of Casey Roulette into left field, and Flint Whitkey's aboard on an error committed by Casey Roulette. Flint hit it hard on the ground, but right through the legs of the third baseman. Roulette commits his 9th error of the year, and Flint Whitkey again showing that when you put the ball in play, good things can happen. They're in the bottom of the second at Miller Park, and the Brewers are shelling the Cardinals 6-0. Bottom of the fourth, the Braves and Astros are tied 2-2 at Minute Maid Park. Here's a high throw to first. It gets over the head of Randy Roth. Flint Whitkey's rounding second. He'll go to third. No throw by Jose Martinez. And the Kernels have Flint Whitkey at third with nobody out on a two-base throwing error by pitcher Adam Daniels. And that is the third error committed tonight by Quad Cities. The second wild pickoff throw by the lefty, and Flint Whitkey's at third with nobody out here in the fourth inning. And let's see if Dallas Morris can drive him home. Infield in for the swing. Dallas swings at a pitch down and in, strike one. They are underway after a rain delay in Washington, and in the top of the first, Philadelphia's batting. No score facing the Nationals. There are 3 games later tonight in the National League, and we'll give you those in a moment. Morris takes a changeup outside for ball 1. It'll be later tonight, the Dodgers tangling with the Rockies in Denver, the Mets and Diamondbacks in Phoenix. San Diego will take on the Marlins at Petco Park, and it's the Pirates in San Francisco at AT&T Park. So there you have it as Dallas Morris lays off ball 2 low. The State Farm Major League scoreboard. Flint Whitkey at third, and a pitch in the dirt hit Dallas Morris. And that hit batsman the third of the year by Adam Daniels, and the Kernels now have runners at the corners here in the top of the fourth, leading 2-1. Nobody out, and here's Stantrell Smith, who corked a double down the left field line and scored to give the Kernels their current lead of 2-1 back in the second inning. That look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Gary Schubat. Stantrell Smith with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the fourth inning. And the lefty Daniels cocks his arm back as though he was going to throw to third. Then he stepped off the rubber. Ball 1 low. And I'm surprised we haven't seen Brian Eversgerd come out for a visit. He's standing with his manager, Keith Mitchell, in the swing third base dugout. Kernels up 2-1 here in the top of the fourth inning with runners at the corners and nobody out. Smith waiting patiently. Stantrell backs away from a fastball. Inside, it's 2-0. It's 3:18 down the right field line here at John O'Donnell Stadium. 3:43 down the left field line. 400 to dead center. Ball 3 outside. And it's 3-0 to Stantrell Smith. Stantrell steps out, takes a look at Eric Owens, the Colonel batting coach, the hitting coach, coaching at third tonight in lieu of Bobby Magianis. Smith taps one to short. Throw to second out, second baseman to first, double play, a run scores to make it 3-1 Kernels. Stantrell Smith on a 3-0 pitch bounces into a 6-4-3 double play. He will not be credited with an RBI, but Flint Whitkey scores to make it 3-1 Kernels. Well, I'm a little bit surprised with, boy, Adam Daniels all over the place in the strike zone, and a little surprised the Kernels turned Stantrell loose, but I guess they figured he had to throw a strike, and Stantrell, here's a bouncer to deep short, cut off by Casey Roulette. He zips his throw to first to get Marco Albano. Moments ago, the Kernels had runners at first and third, nobody out. Now the inning ends with the Kernels scoring 1 run on no hits. 2 swing errors, and the Kernels leave nobody on. Marco Albano slapped one to the right side. It was cut off by Casey Roulette, who winged his throw to first to get Marco. Here we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's the Kernels now leading the swing 3-1. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Yes.
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
Nick Adenhart is ready to set sail in the bottom of the 4th inning. He and the Kernels own a 3-1 lead over Quad Cities. Randy Roth pounds the first pitch fair, past third, into left field, down the line. Stantrell Smith will throw to second, and Randy Roth is out at second base! What a throw by Stantrell Smith to nail Randy Roth, who pleads his case to the base umpire. The crowd is upset, and what a play by Stantrell Smith as Randy Roth laced a pitch fair past third, just out of the reach of the diving Dallas Morris at third. It went down the left field line, just short of the swing left field bullpen, and Stantrell Smith fired a strike, a one-hopper, to Marco Albano, who put the tag on Randy Roth. Randy thought that he had eluded the tag of Albano by sliding head first to the back corner of the base, facing center field, but he was out. 1 out here in the swing, 4th inning. That was a big, big play and left by Stantrell Smith. Credit Randy Roth with the leadoff single, and then he's thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Meanwhile, Jose Martinez is even on the count, 1-1. Now a fastball, and that's on the outside corner. Strike 2 from Nick Adenhart to Jose Martinez. Big defensive play by Stantrell Smith. Breaking pitch, and that one's rolled weakly to shortstop. Heinle Stacia grabs it, throws low, but a good backhanded stop to help out Heinle by Mark Trumbo. Digging that one out of the dirt, 2 away here in the swing 4th inning. 3-1 Kernels. And it looks like Nick Adenhart has kind of recaptured his comfort level and is hitting his spots, as they say, throwing or pitching the ball where he wants it to go. A tap to shallow short. Heinle Stacia charges this one, throws in time to get Chad Gabriel. Chad Gabriel is gone on a bouncer to shallow short. Heinle Stacia's been busy at shortstop, and he takes care of 2 swing batters on assists here in the 4th inning. No runs for Quad Cities. One hit, a leadoff single by Randy Roth, but he was gunned out by Stantrell Smith trying to stretch it into a double. There were no Colonel errors, and Quad Cities leaves the bases empty. And after 4, with this Bruce Moore Bonanza question coming up, your chance to earn a couple of rewards from Bruce Moore is coming just ahead. The Kernels are ahead of Quad Cities after 4, 3-1. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for, just yourself.
3-1 Kernels as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Tyler Johnson drove in his first run as a Colonel with a ground ball out to first in the 2nd inning. Tyler first up against lefty Adam Daniels here in the 5th inning. Ball 1 goes to the backstop high and outside. How about a chance to go to the Bruce Moore Classics production of the Fantastics? We'll have we have 2 tickets for you if you answer our Bruce Moore Bonanza question right this evening. It's as easy as logging on to the website, www.brucemore.org. BRUCEMOR.org. www.brucemore.org. That's where you'll find the answer to tonight's Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Here's a bunt attempt by Tyler Johnson after he fouled one back. Strike 2 to Tyler. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's give you that Bruce Moore website again, and then I'll give you the question as ball 2 skips in the dirt to Tyler Johnson. www.brucemore.org is the website that you'll find the answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question on. That's www.brucemore.org. Ball 3 low to Tyler Johnson. The 3-2 from the lefty. High, ball 4. Tyler Johnson walks to start the Colonel 5th inning. Jordan Wren's coaching at first for the Kernels, a fellow Oklahoman, and he's the first to greet Tyler Johnson. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Tomorrow evening, what time does the garden party start at Bruce Moore? Tomorrow night, what time does the garden party start at Bruce Moore? And I'll give you the Bruce Moore address again, the website that you can find the answer to that question. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then I'll give you the address here to email me with your answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza. Strike 1 to Brad Kuhn, and now a bluff to first. No throw by Adam Daniels. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question tomorrow evening is the garden party at Bruce Moore. What time does it start? You'll find the answer on Bruce Moore's website. If you've already won our Bruce Moore Bonanza Challenge, please don't email me this evening with your answer, but you can certainly play along. Now the catcher goes out to the hill. Hey, I missed our station ID a few minutes back. It's a little past 8 o'clock, and you're enjoying Kernel Baseball here on 1450 KMRY, Cedar Rapids. Henry Guerrero returns to behind home plate. Kernels are ahead by a pair here in the top of the fifth, 3-1, and Brad Kuhn batting for the third time. Walked, stole second, and scored on a wild pitch in the first. He grounded out to second. A pitch out. Tyler Johnson running. The throw to second. Tyler with a head-first dive is tagged out by the shortstop. Jose Martinez put the tag on Tyler Johnson. The caught stealing went 2-6. I'm glad Tyler Johnson was running. It's too bad the swing knew he was. They pitched out, and Tyler was out on a head-first slide. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brad Kuhn. Brad bunts, and it's in front of home plate, and he'll beat it out. That's a bunt single for Brad Kuhn. It went halfway to the mound, converging to try to field it, were the catcher, Guerrero, the pitcher, Adam Daniels. Adam did pick it up. Adam Daniels picked it up, whirled, and then held on to it. Bunt single for Brad Kuhn, and that's the third Kernel hit of this game. Kuhn may be running again. All right, you've had a chance to get onto Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org, BRUCEMORE.org, and find the answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Tomorrow evening, Saturday night, what time does the garden party start at Bruce Moore? Here's a pitch to the backstop, a wild pitch, and Brad Kuhn goes to second. Boy, Adam Daniels has been all over the place with his pitches. That is his that's his second wild pitch of the game. Now that you've found the answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza, you can email me at you can email me at john@kernels.com. JOHN at Kernels, KERNELS.com. That's John, JOHN, at Kernels, KERNELS.com. Strike one to Heinley Stacia. It's 1-1, and Kuhn rushes back to second as Adam Daniels stepped off. What time does the garden party start tomorrow at Bruce Moore? That's our question. A breaking pitch in for strike two to Brad Kuhn. And you can email me your answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza right here in Davenport, John at Kernels.com, JOHN at Kernels, KERNELS.com. A change-up, a swing and a miss by Stacia, or did Heinley get a piece of it? No, he strikes out, and that's the second out here in the Kernel fifth inning. Adam Daniels got the switch hitter Stacia on a pitch in the dirt. Kuhn at second. 2 gone for Brett Martinez. 3-1 Kernels here in the top of the fifth inning. Ball 1 high to Brett Martinez. Brett has walked and struck out. Our right-hander is up in the swing bullpen, Ashley Hooks. We haven't seen Ashley yet in this series. Brett Martinez waits. Ball 2 outside. The Kernels scored 1 in the first this evening. The swing answered with 1 in the bottom half of that inning. The Kernels with single runs in the second and third, batting here in the fifth with a 3-1 lead. Brett Martinez tees off and wallops one high and deep to left onto the grass slope seating berm. Goodbye! Brett Martinez with his first of the year. Brad Kuhn aboard, and the Kernels now lead it 5-1 here in the top of the fifth inning. Brett Martinez is congratulated as he crosses the plate, his first home run of the year, and it's 5-1 Kernels. That was a high, deep drive over the left field wall. onto the grass slope seating berm, and the Kernels now lead it 5-1, and the Kernels have knocked out lefty Adam Daniels. Keith Mitchell comes out to make a pitching change. Adam Daniels is gone after working 4 2/3 innings tonight. And as Ashley Hooks comes on, that's another $25 from PRC's Community Care in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign to the Haycap Food Reservoir. That's right. For every Colonel Home Run Bash this season, the former PRC, now the former Access Direct, now PRC's Community Care donates $25 in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign to help eliminate hunger in our community. In that 2-run blast by Brett Martinez, his first of the year, is the 37th Colonel home run of the year, and that means PRC's Community Care has now donated $925 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. And the swing make a pitching change. Adam Daniels goes 4 2/3, surrendered 5 runs, 4 earned on 4 hits. Adam Daniels, the lefty, struck out 3 and walked 4. He also hit a batter. So the final line on the departed lefty, Adam Daniels, 4 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 5 runs, 4 earned on 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 4 2/3, hit 1. And Ashley Hooks, a right-hander, comes on here with the bases empty and 2 out in the top of the 5th inning. 5-1 Kernels. Mark Trumbo, the first up, against Ashley Hooks, the right-hander. Hooks is 1-1 with a 1.86 ERA. This is his 10th appearance. Ashley's first delivery. Breaking pitch outside, ball 1. Ashley Hooks, H-O-O-K-S, has pitched 19 1/3 innings this year and allowed 4 earned runs on 11 hits. Struck out 13 in 19 1/3, walked 5. A towering pop-up back of second into shallow center. Daniel Nelson backing up and 45 feet onto the grass in shallow center. He hauls in the pop-up by Mark Trumbo. Mark Trumbo pops to second in shallow center, and the Kernels are gone in the 5th, but not without knocking out starter Adam Daniels. The Kernels strike for 2 runs in the 5th on 2 hits. There were no swing errors, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. We go to the home half of the 5th inning here at John O'Donnell Stadium, and it's the Kernels 5, the Swing 1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Honey, don't throw those cardboard boxes away.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that we're not allowed to do that. What should I do with them?
Cardboard is recyclable. Just cut the boxes up and flatten the pieces. There's some string in the garage that you can bundle the pieces up with. Make sure you use the string, though, not tape.
Okay, I cut the cardboard boxes up, flatten the pieces, and bundle them together with the string. Now what do I do with it?
Just set it out next to the blue curbside recycling box.
Remember, cardboard is not accepted as garbage. Follow the steps you heard carried out by our happy couple and recycle your cardboard.
With the Kernels leading 5-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, a message, important one, from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Peck's is celebrating their 50th year of growing with the eastern Iowa area, and the plant people at Peck's are ready to serve you as you start your perennial garden or add to your existing garden. June is Perennial Gardening Month at Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, and you can start your lasting perennial garden with Peck's great variety of new and all-time favorite perennials. Each week during the month of June, Peck's will feature a perennial plant available at a special price. So be sure to look for this week's featured perennial special as you scroll through Peck's many acres of plants and flowers. Visit the plant people at Peck's. It's Perennial Gardening Month. Peck's is open until 8 o'clock on weeknights and until 5 on Saturdays and Sundays. Peck's at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. A.J. Van Slyke first up for the swing. And Nick Adenhart's first delivery is outside for ball one. 5-1 Kernels here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Van Slyke takes ball two just outside, a changeup. A.J., left-handed hitter, was thrown out by Nick Adenhart on a comebacker leading off the second inning. He's leading off here in the fifth inning. And Nick misses high and away, ball three. We'll give you one more chance to earn a couple of complimentary tickets to Bruce Moore's Classics Fantastics production. And a souvenir book to Bruce Moore by answering our Bruce Moore Bonanza question correctly. You'll log on to their website, www.brucemore.org, to answer this question. A 3-1 pitch is lofted foul down the left field line out of play. A full count now to left-handed hitting A.J. Van Slyke. You'll log on to Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore.org, BRUCEMORE.org, and answer this question. A high pop foul drifting way down the left field line. And it's still a full count to A.J. Van Slyke, left-handed batter. Opening up the swing fifth inning, A.J. batting .229, no homers, 16 RBIs. Open stance, and A.J. bats from a low crouch. And walks. Ball four was outside. That's the second walk drawn by swing batters tonight. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza question tomorrow evening is the garden party at Bruce Moore. What time does it start? What time does the garden party at Bruce Moore begin tomorrow? You can email me your answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza question at John, John, at Kernels, Kernels.com. We need your name, address, and the answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza. That's all there is to it. Swing and a tip foul at the feet of the batter, Simon Williams, strike one. 5-1 Kernels. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Simon Williams, a 163 hitter. In 15 games, homered here last night. In the third inning, leading off to tie the game, that homer came off Andy Hill. A line drive off Adenhart's glove will trickle to shallow second. Barehanded by Albano, and Marco throws and retires the batter. What a play to get Simon Williams by Marco Albano. A soft liner flipped off the webbing of Nick Adenhart's glove, rolled to shallow second. Marco Albano came racing in, picked the ball up with his bare hand, and threw out Simon Williams, who has very good running speed, and that putout is recorded 1-4-3. On to second goes A.J. Van Slyke. Big play by Marco Albano after Nick Adenhart couldn't grasp that little humpback liner cleanly. Ball one low now to Henry Guerrero. Again, you'll email me your answer along with your name and address right here in Davenport, John, John, at Kernels, Kernels.com. Your answer, that is, to the Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Tomorrow is the garden party at Bruce Moore. What time does it start? What time does the garden party start at Bruce Moore tomorrow? You'll find the answer on Bruce Moore's website, www.brucemore, BRUCEMORE.org. A pitch in the dirt and trying for third and making it without a play is A.J. Van Slyke. It's 3-0 to Henry Guerrero, and a wild pitch charge to Nick Adenhart. Runner at third, one out, and a 3-0 count on Henry Guerrero. What time does the garden party begin at Bruce Moore tomorrow? That's our Bruce Moore Bonanza question, and if you email me with the right answer along with your name, address, you'll earn a pair of tickets to the Classics at Bruce Moore's production of the Fantastics, as well as a Bruce Moore souvenir book. You can email me with your answer at John, John, at Kernels, Kernels.com. Guerrero takes a strike, and it's 3-1. Kernels up by 4, 5-1 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The swing have A.J. Van Slyke at third with only one out. The Colonel infield is back. They'll trade a run for an out. Can Nick Adenhart throw a strike? No, ball four, and it's first and third with only one out, and the top of the order up for Quad Cities. Well, it's very unlike Nick Adenhart to walk anybody, and he's walked the numbers 7 and 9 hitters in this swing order. And now Nick has opened himself up for trouble as Kernan Ronan comes out, and his heart-to-heart conversation with the Colonel pitcher is sponsored by Mercy Medical Center. You owe it to yourself and the people who love you to find out what your risk of heart disease is with a $35 heart-to-heart screening from Mercy Medical Center. It's quick, easy, and convenient, and it could save your life. To schedule your $35 heart-to-heart screening at Mercy Medical Center, call Mercy at 398-6821. And Kernan Ronan's heart-to-heart conversation with Nick Adenhart, sponsored by Mercy Medical Center, has ended, and it's now Daniel Nelson in a position to do some damage for the swing. They have runners at the corners with only one out. 5-1 Kernels here in the fifth. A breaking pitch, a ground ball, base hit into right. One run is in to make it 5-2. Stopping at second is Henry Guerrero. So a pair of walks have really hurt Nick Adenhart here in the fifth inning. Daniel Nelson hit it very weakly through the right side of the Kernel infield into shallow right. That's his 10th run driven in against the Kernels. Half of his 20 RBIs have come against us. Daniel Nelson cuts the Kernel lead to 5-2. Henry Guerrero stopped at second on the RBI single, rolled into right by Daniel Nelson. Boy, it's just not like Nick Adenhart to walk the numbers 7 and 9 batters. Here's a tap to second. Marco Albano charges, flips to second, dropped by Stacia. Here comes a runner trying to score. He does. Uh-oh, we in a big heap of trouble now. We're in trouble. Oh, brother. A soft tap to second. Marco Albano could have tagged the runner, Daniel Nelson, going from second to third, or first to second. Instead, he flipped to Heinley Stacia. Heinley dropped it, and a run scores to make it 5-3. Henry Guerrero scored all the way from second. Both men that walked have scored. Daniel Nelson stops at second. The error, they've charged the error on Marco Albano, and they'll have to change that. That error is on Heinley Stacia. Error on Heinley Stacia, not Marco Albano. They'll charge it to Albano, but that was not an error on Marco Albano. That was an error on the shortstop, Heinley Stacia. The throw was right to Heinley. He dropped it. So the error, here's a pitch in the dirt. A runner trying for second. That runner out. Another runner goes to third. And that's a big play as Casey Roulette, the man who reached on the error, not by Marco Albano, but by shortstop Heinley Stacia. Casey Roulette is thrown out by catcher Brett Martinez. Daniel Nelson will be credited with a steal of third. He's at third with 2 out. And the pitch was in the dirt to Colby Rasmus, ball 1. 5-3 Kernels here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Swing and a miss by Rasmus, strike 1. One and one. Colby Rasmus doubled in a run back in the first inning. And the caught stealing of Casey Roulette went Martinez to Stacia, 2-6. Daniel Nelson on the pitch in the dirt stole third. Colby Rasmus takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. The Swing have drawn 2 walks in this inning, and both runners have scored. Rasmus rattles the next pitch foul into the backstop. Well, we don't have any correct answers in our Bruce Moore Bonanza tonight. We'll give the answer to you. What time does the garden party at Bruce Moore begin tomorrow? 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. And that is a wonderful event at Bruce Moore. The 1-2 to Colby. High and away, ball 2. Kernels lead it here in the bottom of the fifth, 5-3. We entered the inning leading 5-1, but 2 walks have led to 2. 2 walks and an error have led to 2 swing runs. Swing and a miss by Colby Rasmus. Colby Rasmus is down on strikes on a changeup, and that strikeout, the 4th of the evening for Nick Adenhart. In the 5th inning, no runs for the Swing. Check it. In the 5th, 2 runs for the Swing, 2 runs on 1 hit. 1 Kernel error. Now, they've charged the error to Albano, but I think they'll change it. Marco flipped backwards to Heinley Stacia. It was a good throw. Heinley dropped the peg, so the error should be on Stacia. 1 error, and Quad Cities leaves 1 man aboard. They've stranded 3. The Swing are right back in the game as we go to the top of the sixth inning. Kernels lead it now 5-3. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah?
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now do you see it? Ah, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Ooh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your Guarantee Banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha. And use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
The feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Material your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Folk blazing steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the brick, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
Flint Whipke is first up here in the top of the sixth inning, facing Ashley Hooks, and Flint takes outside and now tips one foul behind the plate. Ashley Hooks in relief of starter Adam Daniels. Ashley came on and got Mark Trumbo to pop to shallow center where Daniel Nelson caught it. Back in the fifth inning, a changeup and a swing and a miss by Flint Whipke, strike two. Ashley Hooks is from Bruton Parker College in Georgia. Curve, and this one is hoisted foul, coming back near the Colonel first base dugout, and it's beyond the reach of catcher Henry Guerrero. 1-2 to Flint. This is the second time in a row that Flint has led off an inning. He reached on an error leading off the fourth as he stroked a grounder right underneath the glove of third baseman Casey Roulette. And Flint scored in that inning. In that fourth inning. Flint drives one into right, and that's a base hit. It's over the head of Daniel Nelson, and running in to get it is Simon Williams. Flint Whipke reaches for the second straight time, and that's the Colonel first hit off right-hander Ashley Hooks. Hooks was signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Cardinals last year. Pitched in 16 games with Johnson City with a 1-1 record in the Appalachia League, a 5.68 ERA, and then Ashley was 0-1 in 9 games with a save with the New Jersey Cardinals in the New York Penn League. He had a 7.59 ERA. This is his second year of professional baseball. A throw to first, and Flint Whipke dives back in safely. The ball trickled away from first baseman Randy Roth. But Flint Whipke holds it first. The runner goes, and a pop-up. This one into shallow right, down the line, and Daniel Nelson on the run, and foul ground has it. Dallas Morris fouls out down the right field line to the second baseman who made a terrific sprinting running catch in foul ground. Daniel Nelson back to first, Flint Whipke. And I'm glad the Colonels put the hit and run on. Trying to put some pressure on the swing defense. It's 5-3 Colonels here in the top of the sixth inning. Ashley Hooks is pitching for the third time against the Colonels this season. In 3 2/3 innings, he's allowed 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 3, walked 2. A throw to first, and Flint Whipke dives back safely. Well, it's been a lot of fun. Tonight's Bruce Moore Bonanza was our final of the first half. And we'll have a new batch of questions from Jenny Conkle at Bruce Moore and Jim Kern. They are great, great friends and supporters of the Colonels, and we have so much in common with Bruce Moore. Both are just the Kernels and Bruce Moore, Veterans Memorial Stadium, and Bruce Moore are tremendous community assets for entertainment, education, cultural happenings. Swinging a foul, straight back by Stantrell Smith, strike one. Stantrell Smith has doubled and scored and wrapped into a double play. 1 for 2 tonight. Has hit safely in every game in the series. A pitch out, and the catcher throws down to first. Flint Whipke gets back standing up. 1 on, 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, with the Kernels up 5-3. We've out-hit the swing 5-3. Quad Cities has made 3 errors. The Kernels have made 2 errors. A breaking pitch is low. And Stantrell is ahead. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stantrell Smith uses a burgundy-colored bat. Stands straight away from the right side. Wears a pair of white batting gloves and has his wrist taped. Stantrell rocks his hands back and forth a la Gary Sheffield. And touches one off into center. Colby Rasmus misjudged it. It's way back, and it's over his head off the wall. Racing around third to make it 6-2 is Flint Whipke, and Flint is going to be safe at the plate on a triple. A triple misplayed by Colby Rasmus. He lost it, and it results in Flint Whipke speeding all the way home from first. It's 6-2 Kernels. 6-3 rather. 6-3 Kernels on a triple into the right center field gap off the bat of Stantrell Smith. Stantrell Smith has his 3rd triple of the year. That's Stantrell's 2nd extra base hit of this game. And Stantrell Smith has upped the Kernel lead to 6-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Colby Rasmus froze and then raced back and could not come close to getting to that one. And the Kernels now lead it 6-3. Runner at third, only 1 out. Ashley Hooks misses low with a breaking pitch. Ball 1. Low to Marco Albano. The wind is blowing from the left field foul pole in toward the Kernel first base dugout. But I think that was just a matter of Colby Rasmus losing the ball off the bat. Marco Albano laces a base hit into right, scoring Stantrell Smith, and that makes it 7-3 Kernels. Marco Albano waited on that off-speed pitch and drilled it into right field. A 1-hop RBI single in front of Simon Williams. Stantrell Smith scores after tripling home Flint Whipke here in the Kernel 2-run 6th inning. And the Kernels have their original 4-run lead back, or their lead of 4 runs from an inning or 2 ago. It's now 7-3 Kernels. RBI number 8 on the year for Marco Albano. And here's Tyler Johnson. 7-3 Kernels here in the top of the 6th inning. Boy, did Marco Albano hit that pitch hard. Wrapping it into right, driving home Stantrell Smith from third. A fastball outside and a throw to first. Marco Albano, much to the displeasure of this big crowd, draws a throw at first, and he just got back as Henry Guerrero whipped a throw down to first, and Marco dove back in head first safely. Marco Albano at first. Now Tyler Johnson, the number 9 hitter, calls time as Ashley Hooks came to the set position. Kernels have struck for 2 runs on 3 hits here in the top of the 6th and lead the swing 7-3. Throw to first, and Marco Albano's back safely. Tyler Johnson, 0 for 1 with an RBI. He walked his last time up, and Ashley Hooks delivers a fastball outside, 2-0 to Tyler. Eric Owens is coaching at third tonight, taking the signals from manager Bobby Magianis and flashing them to the runner at first, Marco Albano, and Tyler Johnson at the plate. Tyler, a right-handed batter, lines one past first into the right field corner. Let's see how far Marco Albano can scoot. Getting to it is Simon Williams. Throws to second, not in time. Tyler Johnson has doubled Marco Albano to third. And the Kernels have runners at second and third with only one out here in the top of the sixth inning. The Kernels have a chance to build upon their 7-3 lead. Tyler Johnson stepped into a 2-0 pitch, and he laced it just to the right of the first baseman Randy Roth down the right field line. Simon Williams had to hustle into the corner to his left to cut it off and prevent Marco Albano from scoring. And Brian Eversgerd, the swing pitching coach, has come out to talk it over with Ashley Hooks, his right-hander. We open up an 8-game homestand starting tomorrow with the Fort Wayne Wizards, a 7 o'clock start. The gates open at 6. And don't let the forecast of some cool weather scare you away. It could be delightful at the ballpark tomorrow, even if the temperatures are only in the high to mid-60s. Bank of the West will put a smile on your face and a memorable experience in your conscience by sponsoring fireworks tomorrow evening. Fireworks tomorrow, brought to you by Bank of the West. Then Sunday, it's Bark in the Park. Bring your dog to the ballpark for a pregame parade, and then Rockin' Ray and Sky Dogs USA will entertain you throughout the ball game. Brad Kuhn at the plate with the infield in and one out, a pitch out as the swing thought the Kernels might try to squeeze home Marco Albano. But no squeeze was on, and ball one was outside to Kuhn. Brad has walked, stolen second, and scored, grounded to second, and bunted his way on. So officially, he's 1 for 2. Swing and a tipped foul by Brad Kuhn. Brad's using a white ash bat. He's not wearing any batting gloves. Brad Kuhn stepped out. The swing infield is pulled in on the grass for the play at the plate. Right-hander Ashley Hooks comes set. And another pitch out. Ball 2 to Brad Kuhn. So the swing, very adamant in their thinking that the Kernels will try to squeeze a run home here. Well, I suppose if you want to squeeze one home or try to, you do it on this 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, a changeup outside. 3-0 to Brad Kuhn. The Kernels have led throughout tonight, 1-0 after one half inning, 2-1 after an inning and a half, then led 3-1, then 5-1, then 5-3, and now 7-3. Ball 4 is high and outside, and Ashley Hooks walks Brad Kuhn to load the bases. Bases loaded, one away, and here's Heinle Stacia. Stacia will bat left-handed for the first time tonight. He was 0 for 3 against the lefty starter, Adam Daniels. Kernels have the bases loaded. Albano at third, Tyler Johnson at second, and Brad Kuhn at first. Here in the top of the sixth inning, leading it 7-3. Heinle lifts one in the air to straightaway center. This might score a run. Colby Rasmus coming in, gloves it, and the throw home holds Marco Albano at third. A high fly ball into shallow center by Heinle Stacia. Boy, that is not like Heinle Stacia to be unsuccessful in getting a runner home from third with less than 2 out. But you have to credit the starting pitcher, or the relief pitcher, Ashley Hooks. He made a good enough pitch that I think Heinle stroked it in the air to shallow center off the trademark. And now, let's see if Brett Martinez can pick up Heinle Stacia. Brett belted his first home run of the year, a 2-run shot to make it 5-1 Kernels his last time up in the 5th inning. Ball 1 is a fastball inside to the right-handed hitting Kernel catcher, Brett Martinez. Brett has 5 hits in the last 3 games here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Bases loaded, 2 away, 7-3 Kernels here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-0. Low, ball 2. Brett backs out, taps his spikes. Martinez now tightens his black batting gloves. He wears a red batting helmet. The swing in their white home uniforms with powder blue hats, powder blue socks, powder blue sleeves, orange numbers, Texas burnt orange numbers, and their names on the back of their jerseys. A breaking pitch is in for a strike. 2-1 to Brett Martinez. The Kernels have been retired in order only one time tonight. That was by starter Adam Daniels in the 3rd inning. The sacks are jammed with 2 out here in the 6th, and the 2-1 to Brett. Curve, and it's grounded to short. Martinez throws to Daniel Nelson at second for the force of Brad Kuhn. Brett Martinez wraps into a 6-4 force out, and the Kernels send 8 men to the plate in the 6th inning, strike for 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no swing errors, and the Kernels leave the bases loaded and have stranded 5. And after 5.5, it's the Kernels leading the swing 7-3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Jumpstart your future with learning from Kirkwood Community College. No matter what your age or previous work experience, you have new opportunities as close as your phone. 398-5517. Kirkwood has hundreds of choices for career and technical programs. Kirkwood has financial aid and support options to help you succeed, and Kirkwood has locally based centers to help you balance work, family, and learning. Kirkwood is ready when you're ready. Call Kirkwood Admissions today. 398-5517. Kirkwood. Start here, go anywhere.
Convenience and trust, 2 things all of us want. At Tri-State Travel, we offer both. It's convenient for you to make 1 call or 1 visit to our office for all your travel needs. A 1-day tour, a cruise, a trip to Branson, to charter a motor coach. For 66 years, Tri-State Travel has been a name you can trust to provide quality products. Come see why you can trust us to provide the convenience you expect. Tri-State Travel now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's the Kernels 7 and the swing 3. Randy Roth leads off for Quad Cities. Randy has reached on a fielder's choice. Single to left leading off the 4th, but was cut down by Stantrell Smith trying to make it a double. Nick Adenhart's first pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Randy Roth, a Midwest League All-Star, 2nd in the league with 31 extra base hits, 2nd in the league with 71 hits total. 2nd in home runs to our Jordan Renz with 12. 43 RBIs, that's tied for 2nd. So this guy's making a bid to be the league MVP. Fouling one off to the right is Randy Roth. 1-1 to Randy Roth. And now a foul. This one over the Kernel first base dugout. One ball, 2 strikes to Randy Roth. Fastball, and that one is hoisted into right down the line. Tyler Johnson dances underneath it, and it goes into the right field corner. Foul. A long foul by Randy Roth. 7-3 Kernels as we play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sunday, besides being Bark at the Park and Sky Dogs USA, is a family fun day, and that means the Kernels will be signing autographs on Sunday afternoon from 1:20 until 1:40. And popcorn's only $1 after the game on Sunday afternoon. You can run the bases thanks to Velocity Sports Performance. Ball 2 in the dirt to Roth. Right-handed hitting slugger, and ball 3 is a fastball up and in. Randy Roth bats from a low squat, has a slightly open stance. Here's the payoff pitch. And Roth corks it foul into the swing third base dugout. Randy Roth, Jose Martinez, Chad Gabriel for the swing here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another 3-2 offering. Corked hard on one hop to Dallas Morris. The throw to first gets Randy Roth. That was a one-hop bullet right at Dallas Morris. Dallas just calmly reached up with his left hand like he was stopping traffic, stabbed it, and threw out Randy Roth. One gone here in the swing, 6th inning. Jose Martinez has 3 of his 4 home runs against us this year, and he's 0 for 1 tonight. He bounces one to third on 2 hops. Dallas Morris taps the pill into his mitt and pegs to first in time. Jose Martinez was jammed, and he bounces out to third. 2 gone here in the swing 6th inning, 7-3 Kernels. Chad Gabriel is now at the plate. Chad is 0 for 2 tonight. Chad, a right-handed batter, stands straight up at the plate, and he fouls one right back here. Colonel assistant Sonia Massey is enjoying the game down below with one of our host families, Linda Tutt, and Travis Schlichting's friend, Juliana. Here's a ground ball foul outside third. Dallas Morris guns across the diamond, but it was foul, and it's 0-2 to Chad Gabriel. Monday is a Dollar Dog Monday at the ballpark. The gates open at 6. The game starts at 7, and hot dogs are only $1 all evening long on Monday. Then we conclude the 4-game set, the first leg of the 8-game homestand against the Fort Wayne Wizards with a noon start on Tuesday. A noon start on Tuesday. Chad Gabriel broke his bat on that ground ball past third. Gabriel back in there. Chad is a .309 hitter in 19 games with a homer and 4 RBIs, the DH and number 6 hitter. Breaking pitch, and that's blooped into center for a 2-out single. Chad Gabriel has the 4th hit of the game for Quad Cities. He hit that one off the end of the bat, but was strong enough to dump it into shallow center for a 2-out single. Now A.J. Van Slyke at the plate. A.J. walked leading off the 5th inning and scored in the swing 2-run 5th inning. Van Slyke went to the University of Kansas, and he was a Cardinal 23rd round pick last June. Left-handed batter, A.J. Van Slyke, and a big swing and a miss, strike 1. 2,440 our attendance here tonight. 2,440. Meet me at the stadium the next week for the 8-game homestand. An off day Wednesday, then a visit in by the Beloit Snappers starting Thursday night. Look out, here's a ground ball hit sharply past the swing third base dugout. Strike 2 on Van Slyke. Thursday is a Thirsty Thursday. That means 12-ounce draft beers and 12-ounce sodas are only $1. Slushies are only $1 this coming Thursday. Bottled water and bottled soda are only $2. Van Slyke on an 0-2 count swings and misses, strike 3. Nick Adenhart ends the swing 6th inning by getting A.J. Van Slyke swinging on a changeup, and that's 5 strikeouts for the Colonel All-Star 7-game winner. No runs, 1 hit for the swing in the 6th inning. There were no Colonel errors, and Quad Cities leaves a runner aboard. After 6, the Colonel's looking to win for the first time since last Friday night. Snap a 6-game losing skid. After 6, the Colonels are ahead here tonight against the Swing, 7-3. And you're listening to Kernel Baseball here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
We're glad you're with us here from Davenport as we head to the 7th inning. And the Kernels are ahead of the Swing tonight, 7-3. Have out-hit Quad Cities 8-4. The Swing have made 3 errors. The Kernels a pair. Mark Trumbo, Kernel cleanup batter, 1 for 3 tonight. Singled hard into right in the first, grounded to short in the third, popped to shallow center with the second baseman Daniel Nelson catching it to end the 5th. Big cut and a miss by Mark Trumbo. Mark is facing Ashley Hooks, the right-hander, for the second time. Ashley Hooks, a slim, trim right-hander, misses with a changeup low and away to the Kernel right-handed hitting Mark Trumbo. Mark has come alive with the bat of late, has a .217 average with 8 homers. Second on the team to Jordan Renz, who leads the league with 13, 27 RBIs. Mark Trumbo goes the other way and pounds one past the right fielder. And Simon Williams will pick it up on the warning track and get it back into the cutoff man. Mark Trumbo's 2 for 4. Mark Trumbo doubles to right. And boy, is it great to see Mark looking comfortable at the plate. Mark Trumbo has his second hit, a leadoff double, here in the 7th inning. That's the 9th Kernel hit of the game. Flint Whipke singled and scored in the Kernel 2-run 6th inning. Flint has scored 2 of the Kernel 7 runs tonight. Reached on an error and scored back in the 4th inning. Will Flint be bunting here? He may, as Ashley Hooks comes set. First pitch, and there's a blooper down the right field line. It's fair into the right field corner. Flint Whipke's digging for second. Mark Trumbo is sauntering home on an RBI double down the right field line by Flint Whipke. It's 8-3 Kernels. 8-3 Kernels here in the top of the 7th inning. Flint Whipke with an inside-out swing, looped it down the right field line, fair, sending Mark Trumbo speeding home from second. Back-to-back doubles by the Kernels here in the top of the 7th, and it's the Kernels now on top, 8-3. Eight-3 Kernels, nothing doing in Quad City's bullpen. It's worn out by all the extra inning games they've played in the last week, including 2 in this series, both wins. Tuesday night, 12-inning, 2-0 win. Wednesday afternoon, the Swing in 11 innings clipped the Kernels 8-7. Ball 1 in the dirt to Dallas Morris. $2,440 here tonight. Dallas Morris taps one to the right side, advancing to third, Flint Whipke. Daniel Nelson fields it and throws low, but digging it out is Randy Roth. 1 gone here in the Kernel 7th inning. Dallas Morris will be greeted royally in the Kernel dugout as he got the runner, Whipke, from second to third. Now the infield will come in for Quad Cities. Stantrell Smith has doubled and scored, wrapped into a double play on which a runner scored, and tripled in a run. Ball one low from Ashley Hooks to Stantrell Smith. Man, Stantrell has a physique that scouts would drool over. Lean, tall, strong, athletic. Waves that bat from front to back with his wrists. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Henry Guerrero to take a run away from the Kernels. And it's now 2-0 on Stantrell Smith. Boy, I've had a kind of a lightheaded feeling, and I'm going to get some cold water in my system. It might be the Colonel tremendous offensive output tonight. 8 runs on 10 hits that has me woozy and kind of an ecstatic state. That's a good way to feel, isn't it? Curve, and that one's tapped back to the hill. The runner breaks to the plate. Flint Whipke barrels into Guerrero, and Henry tags him out for the second out of the inning. The contact play was on. Stantrell Smith bounced it back to the hill. He reaches on a fielder's choice and cut down easily at the plate by Ashley Hooks, with Henry Guerrero tagging out Whipke. Is Flint Whipke. It went 1-3. So Stantrell unable to get the fly ball he wanted. Runner at first, 2 out for Marco Albano, who has an RBI hit in this game. It came his last time up in the 6th inning. I'll tell you what, sometimes your body and system get so parched that you forget how much water you should really drink every day. Excuse me. Marco Albano standing in. There goes Stantrell. And Marco drills one foul out of play to the right side. Top of the hour, and you're enjoying Colonel Baseball here on 1450 KMRY Cedar Rapids. A Colonel 8-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. Marco Albano has walked, grounded to third, and driven in a run with an RBI to right, or RBI single, a throw to first, and Smith dives back in safely. Flint Whipke dashed down the third base line on that comebacker to Ashley Hooks, and Flint tried to level the catcher Henry Guerrero, but Henry stepped aside and just punched Flint in the upper body with the tag. Neither the runner or catcher were injured, and that's good. Listen in the background to the train whistle. The tracks go right next to this ballpark, just to the outside of the left field line. The 0-2 to Marco instead of throw to first, and Smith is back standing up. We've commented on the vaulted arches that greet you at this ballpark. Brick vaulted arches, a very, very classic, almost Roman look. And then we've told you about the steel girders, arches with lights adorning the top of the steel girder. There goes the runner. Pitch high. Guerrero's throw, and not in time. A bang-bang play, and Daniel Nelson argues with the base umpire. It's a stolen base for Stantrell Smith here in the 7th inning. What I'm trying to say is the Centennial Bridge is comprised of 5 steel girders that are arched, and those arched steel girders are outlined with white lights. It's almost surreal as you look at that bridge. They used to charge you 50 cents to drive across it. Now it's free. Marco Albano will try to drive home Stantrell Smith, who stole his 6th base of the year, his 2nd of the night, moments ago. Ashley Hooks is working very deliberately. The right-hander comes set and delivers. It hit Marco Albano, and Marco is bouncing up the first base line, trying to shake it off. There's nobody tougher on this team than Marco Albano, and it looks like his left hand or his left wrist where the pitch hit him. He's looking at it now. There's a kind of a baseball code, a warrior's code, that if you really don't want the opposition to know that the pitch even affected you, you don't even rub it. And I don't think Albano even rubbed his left arm or his left hand. 2 on, 2 out for Tyler Johnson, who doubled his last time up. Tyler is driven in a run. And suddenly, some noise comes from above our broadcast booth, and I'm not sure what that is. There's a song or a poem called Bats in the Belfry, and I wonder if there's some bats up there. That was a strange sound from above us. Kind of an eerie sound, like somebody's wrestling around on the roof. Strike 1 at the knees from the right-hander, 23-year-old Ashley Hooks, to Tyler Johnson out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Boy, it's like waking up in the middle of the night and finding somebody in your attic. Not a pleasant thought, is it? A breaking pitch, and it's taken outside by Tyler. 1-1. This is the 12th meeting between our two ball clubs. The Kernels have won 4 of the first 11. Lead here tonight in the 7th, 8-3. Strike 2 called at the knees to Tyler Johnson. Stantrell Smith at second, Marco Albano at first. Lots of Kernel fans here among the 2,440, including Gary Shubat, State Farm Insurance agent, his daughter Jamie, and his son Ryan Shubat. Tyler dribbles one foul off his foot, and Tyler Johnson all the way up the first baseline trying to walk it off. Tyler Johnson now circles back towards home plate. The runners were going on the 2-2 pitch. We'll bring you our first update on the State Farm Major League scoreboard after the Kernels bat here in the top of the 7th inning. We also have our baseball fun fact coming ahead. I doubt if we have any finals yet, but we'll wait and see. Smith leads away from second. Marco Albano from first. They were running on the last 2-2 pitch from the swing right-hander to Tyler Johnson, the Kernel number 9 hitter. Will they be running on this delivery? Yes. Look out. There's a pitch slashed foul over the beyond the first base grandstand. There's no roof here at John O'Donnell Stadium. This is a completely open-air structure. Stantrell Smith at second. Marco Albano at first. And the 2-2 headed home. Curve, and that one is chopped to third, and fielding it right on top of the bag is Casey Roulette. He stays right there and tags the bag. Stantrell Smith is forced on a bouncer to third off the bat of Tyler Johnson. In the 7th inning, the Kernels strike for 1 run on a pair of doubles by Trumbo and Whipke. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no swing errors. The Kernels strand a pair and have left 7. And this Friday night crowd is on their feet to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. As we go to the home half of the 7th at John O'Donnell Stadium, the Kernels are ahead of the swing 8-3. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Every day we use products that come to us in plastics. Milk jugs, water bottles, laundry detergent, ice cream. These are just a few of the hundreds, thousands of products that benefit from plastics. But once you're done using them, what do you do with them? Recycle. It takes no more energy to put that plastic in your blue recycling box rather than the trash. But what it does save is landfill space and natural resources. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's just that easy. This message brought to you by Solid Waste and Recycling Services.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin. You know, Hometown Restyling has served Eastern Iowans since 1986, providing the very finest in windows, siding, and sunrooms. Their experienced staff can handle the job from start to finish, including plans, permits, and inspections. Plus, Hometown Restyling is nationally recognized by Professional Remodeler, Qualified Remodeler, and Remodeling magazines. Call Hometown Restyling for your next remodeling project, or better yet, visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hiawatha or Coralville. Hometown Restyling, because there's no place like home.
Technology pervades every aspect of our daily lives. This remarkable age we live in has a machine or a computer to meet almost all of our needs. But you won't find a technological device that can provide you with the personal attention for something as important as insurance. Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha, is trained on all insurance matters, including how much coverage is enough coverage. For personal attention to all of your insurance needs, see the insurance professionals at Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha.
Bottom of the seventh inning. As the Swings send up the lower two in their order, Simon Williams, Henry Guerrero, then the top of the order, Daniel Nelson. Nick Adenhart, gunning for his 8th win of the year, against 2 losses, has scattered 4 hits over the first 6 innings, and it's 8-3 Kernels. Ball 1 in the dirt, a changeup to Simon Williams. State Farm Insurance agents Al Shuttler, Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, and Gary Shubat are proud to sponsor the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. We'll begin in the American League. There is one final at Fenway Park. The Red Sox trim the Rangers 4-3. Simon Williams lifts one a mile high behind home plate. Brett Martinez runs out of room. It's 4 rows up behind the dirt batting circle. Strike 1 to Simon Williams. They're in the top of the 8th inning at Rogers Center, and the Tigers are ahead of Toronto 5-2. Oakland is stopping the Yankees in the top of the 7th, 6-1. That game is being delayed by rain in the Bronx. At the Metrodome, it's the Orioles leading the Twins in the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-3. Ball 2 low and away to the right-handed hitter, Simon Williams. In the bottom of the 7th inning, the Devil Rays lead the Royals 2-1. That game is at Kauffman Stadium, and the White Sox have a 2-1 lead over the Indians, top of the 5th at U.S. Cellular Park. Swing and a miss by Simon Williams on a fastball in on his hands. Later this evening, our parent club, the Angels, entertain the Mariners. That does it for the American League on the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. Simon Williams, a right-handed batter with a straightaway stance, looks at a strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that strikeout is the 6th of the game, recorded by 19-year-old Colonel right-hander Nick Adenhart. 1 gone here in the Swing 7th inning, 8-3 Kernels. Top of the 4th inning at RFK Stadium, and the Nationals 6, the Phillies 3. Top of the 7th inning at Great America Ballpark, the Cubs are ahead of the Braves 6-4. Here's a high pop foul straight back of home plate by Henry Guerrero, strike 1. Houston's playing at home at Minute Maid Park, and they're 5 in front of the Braves, 7-2 in the top of the 7th. At Miller Park, the Cardinals are clubbing the Brewers in the top of the 5th, 10-6. There's ball 1 outside to Henry Guerrero, the catcher and number 9 hitter. Henry struck out looking to end the 2nd, walked and scored, and they swing 2-run 5th inning. At Denver's Coors Field, the Dodgers in the top of the 4th lead Colorado 2-0. Ball 2 just missed outside to Guerrero. It's the Mets ahead of the Diamondbacks 4-1. That game is at Chase Ballpark in Phoenix in the top of the 2nd inning. Guerrero, a right-handed batter, taps one past the mound up the middle, and a backhanded stop by Albano. Marco's long throw, not in time. What a fielding play and effort by Marco Albano. Henry Guerrero reaches on an infield single. He chopped it just beyond the reach of the outstretched glove of Nick Adenhart. And as soon as it got over Nick's head, you knew that Guerrero, even being a number 9 hitting slow-running catcher, would reach. Marco Albano made a terrific play in back of the bag at second, then threw from shallow center, but not in time. And Guerrero reaches with the 5th hit of the night for the Swing. Ball 1 is a changeup to Daniel Nelson, the switch hitter, batting left. 8-3 Kernels. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Later tonight, the Marlins and Padres at Petco Park, and the Pirates will tangle with San Francisco at AT&T Park. Ground ball mashed foul past third by Daniel Nelson. It's 1-1. And that is our complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, Gary Shubat, and Al Shuttler. Nelson holds his hands near his back ear and takes a changeup. Ball two. Boy, that was a good pitch from Nick Adenhart. I'm not sure where it was in terms of being a ball, but that's what the plate umpire ruled it. Guerrero at first. Nelson swats the next pitch foul into the third base seat. Strike two. Our final day of ages 7 to 10, the youth baseball camp conducted by the Kernel staff and players will be tomorrow morning. Kids 11 to 14, you can still sign up for that baseball camp next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It starts at 9:30 every morning. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Daniel Nelson fans, and that's the 7th strikeout. Rung up by Nick Adenhart. Next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, kids 11 to 14 can attend session 2 of our summer youth baseball camp. T-shirt, 4 tickets to a Kernel game, lunch every day. Camp runs from 9:30 until 12:30 each day, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the enrollment fee is only $100. Swing and a miss, strike two on Casey Roulette. Roulette drove in the game-winning runs Tuesday night with his first home run, 2-run blast in the 12th inning. Then he walked with the bases loaded here on Wednesday afternoon to force in the game-winning run. Ball one is low to Casey Roulette. Now a fastball up and in to the right-handed batter. Casey's 5'8", 175 out of the University of Arkansas. Redbird 32nd round pick last year. Casey hitting .218, 1 homer, 20 RBIs, and he waits on a Nick Adenhart changeup and lofts it foul straight back. Roulette, R-O-W-L-E-T-T, wears number 1. Henry Guerrero at first with 2 out. And a pitch, the 2-2 that is skied high off to the right. Some action starting to stir down the right field line in the Kernel bullpen. 8-3 Kernels here in the 7th. A ground ball to second. Marco Albano on 2 hops has it. Feeds Stacia at second for the inning-ending force of Henry Guerrero, who went 4-6. Nick Adenhart gets Casey Roulette to bounce into a forced play at second. And in the 7th, no runs for the swing. 1 hit, an infield single. There were no Kernel errors, and Quad Cities leaves 1. They've left 5. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Good news from Davenport. The Kernels are within 6 outs of breaking a 6-game losing skid. And after 7, it's the Kernels 8, Quad Cities 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball players. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, teammates working for a better community.
worked hard, and you're finally your own boss. As a business owner, you may not want to hear the word liability, but it comes with the territory. Smart business owners protect their investments with a business owner's policy from Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha. Neighbor Insurance Services can show you how to secure the right amount of protection for your business at affordable rates. Your business is important. See Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha for business owners insurance.
This is John Rogers reporting from the banks of the Mississippi in Davenport, Iowa, where the Kernels are out to beat the swing for the first time in this series. Behind Kernel 7-game winner Nick Adenhart, the Kernels lead it 8-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Kernels. Brad Coons had a productive night. He walked and stole second and scored in the first inning. And since then, he's grounded to second, bunted his way on, and walked. Ashley Hooks brings in a strike call on the outside corner. This is Ashley's third full inning of relief, and he has surrendered 3 runs so far on 5 hits. A changeup drops in at the knees. It's 0-2 to Brad Kuhn, left-handed hitting Colonel leadoff man. Some of the folks here tonight have brought jackets and sweatshirts. It's cooled off considerably. Ball 1 outside. The ball escapes the grasp of catcher Henry Guerrero. One and 2 to Kuhn. Brad has no homers this year, 16 RBIs, and a team high, along with Flint Whipkey, of 5 triples. Change up, and Brad waits and fouls it in the air off to the left. It goes into the bleacher section that parallels the left field line. Those bleachers do not have backs on them. Our plaza section, the Papa John's Plaza, our bleachers do have backs and cup holders, and they're very comfortable. I guess if you're in church, it shouldn't matter what kind of seating there is. The fact is, you're there to worship. Ball 1 is low to Heinle Stacia. Heinle's 0-for-4 so far tonight, batting left-handed. Heinle is batting .284, and a swing and a miss on a changeup. It's 1-1 to Stacia. Heinle has been a jewel of consistency for the Kernels throughout the first half. This is our 62nd game. Ball 2 is low. The Kernels are the only team in the Midwest League that has played all of their games. Well, Dayton is as well. Here's a ground ball to second, and it's scooped up by Daniel Nelson, who sidearms to first, and that gets Heinle Stacia 2 away here in the Colonel 8th inning. The Dayton Dragons, by my count, no, they've only played, yes, they too have played all of their games, 61. So the Dragons and the Kernels are the only 2 teams that have not lost a game to inclement weather this spring and summer. And that's a credit to both Jack Rader and Jesse Rader at our ballpark, and the grounds crew and management at Fifth Third Field in Dayton. Ball 1 is low to Brett Martinez. Brett has, I think, the biggest blow in this game, a 2-run, 2-out homer in the 5th that gave the Kernels a 5-1 lead and knocked out the swing starter, lefty Adam Daniels. 8-3 Kernels were in the top of the 8th inning. Martinez's home run is first, and it put the Kernels up 5-1. I may have said 5-3. It put the Kernels up 5-1 in the 5th inning. Ball 3 low to Brett. Boy, the wind is really whipping in now from left center field. It is blowing hard. So it must be getting chilly out. Strike 1 into the Colonel right-handed hitting catcher from Ashley Hooks. And there's ball 4 downstairs. Hooks was making a bid to retire the Colonel side in order for the first time since the 3rd inning, but Brett Martinez had other ideas. He draws a 2-out walk. Yeah, some of the fans are huddled up in blankets and stocking caps now. Trumbo, the batter. Curve, and Mark lifts this one straight back into the screen. Strike one. There's a fastball down and away from the right-hander for ball two. Our baseball fun fact, and I'm as big a Cardinal fan as there is, Cardinal and Angel, so I don't want this to come off as either negative or disrespectful, but it is an interesting fact. Here's a high fly ball into right. Coming on is Simon Williams. He misjudged it, but on his knees, Simon reaches out to make the play. Mark Trumbo flies to right. We'll get to our baseball fun fact about Cardinal skipper, Cardinal manager Tony La Russa, when the swing come to bat in the home half of the eighth inning. In the top of the eighth, the Colonels, no runs, no hits, a walk. There were no swing errors. The Colonels strand one and have left 8. We go to the bottom of the eighth inning, and Nick Adenhart will head on back to the hill. Action in the Colonel bullpen. Robert Romero is starting to warm up. After 7.5, the Colonels lead the swing 8-3. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving Eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Nick Adenhart making his 13th start of the year, tied for the league lead in wins with 7, third in the league in strikeouts with 74. He has fanned 7 swing batters tonight, with Robert Romero warming up in the Colonel right field bullpen. Adenhart, the 19-year-old Colonel right-hander, will take on the middle of the swing batting order, the meat of the order, the heart of the order, Colby Rasmus, who owns a .375 average against the Colonels this year. 1 for 3 tonight, doubled home, the tying run back in the first inning to make it 1-1. Colby takes downstairs for ball 1. Left-handed hitter, pops it up. Left side, the wind is swirling, so this won't be an easy play. Dallas Morris, though, has it at his third base position with quite a bit of the white showing of the baseball. That wind is really blowing in hard from left field tonight. And Colby Rasmus pops the third, 1 away here in the swing 8th inning. Our baseball fun fact, and again, I am the biggest Cardinal fan there is. I grew up a Cardinal fan, so this is not a negative bite or dig at Tony La Russa, the Cardinal manager. Cardinal skipper Tony La Russa was swept by the opposition in his club's last 2 World Series appearances. 1990, Tony's A's were swept by Cincinnati in a stunning upset, 4-0. And then in 2004, the Red Sox beat Tony's Cardinals 4 straight, polishing the Cardinals off in 4 in 2004. I was lucky enough to be at Game 4 at Busch Stadium. And even though my beloved Redbirds lost, it was fun to see the Red Sox. Not fun, it was... I felt lucky, and it was a memorable experience, let's say, to see the Red Sox win their first World Series in decades. A pop foul into the right field corner off the bat of Randy Roth. It's 1-1 to Randy. But even though Tony La Russa was swept in 1990 by Cincinnati when he skippered Oakland, and even though he was swept by the Red Sox in 2004, his record is almost unmatched in all of professional baseball. I think he's fourth all-time in wins. I remember when he was a very young manager for the White Sox back in the early 80s. As Randy Roth lays off a fastball upstairs, it's 3-1 to Randy. I also remember how merciless Harry Carey and Jimmy Pearsall were to Tony La Russa as a young manager. Randy Roth cranks a grounder to short, and he's thrown out by Heinle Stacia. Randy Roth grounds out to short, 2 gone here in the swing 8th inning. 8-3 Kernels. I was about to say the Kernels lead by 5. They do, 8-3. Jose Martinez, the number 5 hitter in Quad Cities order, now bats. To tell you how close the games have been between the Kernels and Swing these last 3 weeks, Quad Cities, of course, has taken the first 3 in this series, and they've won 7 of 11 against us. They have outscored the Kernels, have the Swing 45-34, and that's in an 11-game season series, so that's an average of 1 run per game difference. A grounder to Stacia, and Heinle unloads to first to get his man, the batter Jose Martinez, and that's 8 very strong innings from all-star Colonel Nick Adenhart. Nick retires the Swing in order in the bottom of the 8th inning. And as we head to the 9th, things looking up here in Davenport. Kernels lead the Swing 8-3. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
A new pitcher for the Swing as we go to the top of the 9th inning. 8-3 Kernels. It's right-hander Scott Vanderweg. Vanderweg's first pitch to Flint Whipke is high. Flint Whipke drives one deep into center. Way back is Colby Rasmus, and Rasmus comes together with right fielder Simon Williams, and it's Simon Williams who hauls it in. Boy, that wind blew that ball about 50 feet away from Colby Rasmus to the right fielder, 1 away. Ashley Hooks went 3 1/3 for the Swing in relief, allowed 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits. Ashley fanned 1 and walked 2. He also hit a batter. Scott Vanderweg, V-A-N-D-E-R, capital W-E-G. A right-hander pitching in the 9th here for the Swing. Swing and a foul by Dallas Morris. Strike 1. Dallas, nothing for 3 tonight, was hit by a pitch. His second at bat in the 4th inning. Vanderweg delivers a strike call, strike 2. This is Scott Vanderweg's 4th appearance against our ball club this year. No record, a 2.45 ERA and a save. A check swing. I think Dallas went around. And he didn't run to first. The throw to first, and did Dallas Morris go around? No, says the base umpire. After all of that, I thought he did go around on a pitch in the dirt. The ball went all the way to the backstop, and it was Henry Guerrero who hustled back to get it, through to first, all for naught. The 6'3" right-hander brings it. Outside, ball 2. Scott Vanderweg is from Lamar University in Texas, and he hails from the Denver, Colorado area. Centennial, Colorado is a Denver suburb. Vanderweg pitched here Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon in the swing 8-7 11-inning win. He went 2/3 of an inning, allowed no runs on 1 hit, struck out none, walked none. Scott Vanderweg misses low and away, and it's now 3-0 to Dallas Morris. Vanderweg this season 2-1 with 7 saves, and Dallas Morris fouls one off. Straight back. It's still a full count to Dallas. 8-3 Kernels, top of the 9th inning. Scott Vanderweg on for the 25th time this year, and his 3-2 pitch is fouled high up into the stands behind home plate. We're right behind home plate on the suite level here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Right over the plate. Look out, a foul almost picked off the on-deck hitter, Stantrell Smith. Bases empty, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Kernels lead it by 5, have out-hit the swing 10-5, lead them 8-3. Scott Vanderweg in 31 innings has allowed 30 hits, struck out 21, walked 12. And he loses Dallas Morris. Dallas walks after being in the hole, 0-2. Dallas Morris draws a 1-out walk here in the top of the 9th inning, and that brings in Stantrell Smith. Stantrell's had a big night. Doubled and scored in the second to put the Kernels ahead 2-1. Big swing and a miss on a fastball. Stantrell tripled in a run and scored in the Kernel 2-run 6th inning. Kernels have scored in every inning tonight except the 3rd and the 8th. Bat here in the 9th, up 8-3. Strike 2 called on the inside corner at the knees. A second final from this evening on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. And good news if you're a Cub fan. At Great America Ballpark, the Cubs edge the Red Hot Reds 6-5 tonight. We'll have a complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard as part of our Colonel Curtin call. And I think by then we may have a couple more finals. But the Cubs edged the Reds tonight in the Queen City 6-5. Greg Maddux won his 7th game. The 1-2 to Stantrell is a changeup and swing and a miss. 2 gone here in the Colonel 9th inning as Scott Vanderweg works. Starter Adam Daniels for the swing, a lefty, went 4 2/3, allowed 5 runs, 4 earned on 4 hits, struck out 3, walked 4, hit a batter. Marco Albano looks at strike 1 called, a fastball. Looks like Robert Romero will come on and pitch the 9th inning for the Kernels. Swinging a foul by Marco Albano. Marco, since he's had a chance to start some games in succession, is starting to look more and more comfortable at the plate. With the lefty Daniels going tonight, Bobby Magallanes started Marco Albano rather than Larry Infante, a left-handed batter. The 0-2 from Vanderweg. Cap to the right side. Daniel Nelson charges and submarines his peg to first just in time to get Marco Albano, who hustled out of the box. No runs in the 9th for the Kernels, no hits, a walk. There were no swing errors, and the Kernels strand 1 have left 9. Here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Kernels on the brink of breaking a 6-game losing streak lead the swing 8-3. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Honey, don't throw those cardboard boxes away.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that we're not allowed to do that. What should I do with them?
Cardboard is recyclable. Just cut the boxes up and flatten the pieces. There's some string in the garage that you can bundle the pieces up with. Make sure you use the string, though, not tape.
Okay, I cut the cardboard boxes up, flatten the pieces, and bundle them together with the string. Now what do I do with them?
Just set it out next to the blue curbside recycling box.
Remember, cardboard is not accepted as garbage. Follow the steps you heard carried out by our happy couple and recycle your cardboard.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning, and we have a U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen. It brings on Robert Romero. Robert Romero, a right-hander, takes over for Nick Adenhart, who could win his 8th game of the year. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Robert Romero last worked Monday night at home in a Kernel 6-5 loss to Burlington. Robert pitched 2 innings Monday night, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 1, walked 1, hit 1. Robert Romero answering this U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen. Robert, a record of 0-2. 14th appearance, a 2.76 ERA. Robert Romero, in 16 1/3 innings, has allowed 9 hits. Struck out 13 in 16 1/3, walked 10. The league hitting 170 against Robert Romero. And Romero will face Chad Gabriel, A.J. Van Slyke, and Simon Williams here in the bottom of the ninth inning before a crowd of 2,440. Meet me at the stadium this weekend. Starting tomorrow evening, Bank of the West will present a fireworks extravaganza following the 7 o'clock contest. Gates open at 6. The game starts at 7. The Kernels, in the first of an 8-game homestand, will welcome in the Fort Wayne Wizards, San Diego Padre affiliate in the Midwest League. Robert Romero, 21-year-old right-hander, taken by the Angels in the 7th round last year out of Grayson Community College. Robert earned 3 saves in the Arizona Rookie League with the Angels before he was promoted to Orem. In 10 games with the Orem Owls, Robert Romero 0-2 with a 4.50 ERA. Romero misses low, ball 1 to Chad Gabriel. Gabriel 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Robert's next delivery. Outside, ball 2. Nick Adenhart, 8 innings pitched, surrendered 3 runs on 5 hits. I'm going to double-check Nick's strikeout total. I think it's 7, but I'll do the counting. Strike 1 call to Chad Gabriel. Adenhart in his 13th start, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Gabriel takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Robert Romero is from Frisco, Texas. And Robert Romero hits Chad Gabriel. Last thing you want to do in the 9th inning is on a 2-strike pitch hit a batter. That's what happened to Robert Romero against Burlington on Monday night. He hit a batter on a 2-strike pitch, and it led to a Kernel loss. Robert Romero now has to face A.J. Van Slyke. Ball 1 outside. Check that. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Van Slyke checks with the umpire. 8-3 Kernels, bottom of the 9th inning. Of the 3 runs Nick Adenhart surrendered, only 1 was earned. There's a fastball clocked at 86 miles an hour outside. 1-1 to the left-handed batter, A.J. Van Slyke, batting .229 tonight. 0 for 2. He walked and scored in the swing 2-run 5th inning. Fastball over but low, ball 2 to A.J. When Robert Romero throws strikes, he's pretty good. But like most pitchers, when he hits batters, walks batters, falls behind, he usually gets himself in some trouble. Fastball outside, ball 3. Ryan Aldridge warming up in the Colonel bullpen. We just can't afford to let this one slip away. Swinging a foul by Van Slyke, and it runs the count full to A.J. Andy Van Slyke is now a member of Jimmy Leland's coaching staff in Detroit. And Jimmy Leland has turned the baseball world on its ear with the great success the Tigers have had. Same with the Cincinnati Reds. Van Slyke fouls another one straight back. Count remains full to A.J. If Robert Romero can get Van Slyke, I think we're going to win this game tonight. Here's a line shot into right. Tyler Johnson has it for the first out of the inning. Tyler Johnson kept his eye right on that one, and A.J. Van Slyke hit it hard, right on the button, but lines out to right. 1 on, 1 out for Simon Williams. And good pitching by Robert Romero. He threw strikes 3 times on 3-2 counts. And that's what you like to see out of any relief pitcher is throw strikes. Simon Williams backs away from a pitch just inside. Ball 1 to Simon. Williams, with his first home run of the year last night, tied the game in the 3rd inning, 1-1. There's a fastball just high, ball 2. Robert Romero works quickly. He has his sign. The Kernels aren't holding Chad Gabriel at first. Ball 3 outside. Well, Bobby Magallanes just can't go too deep into this 9th inning with Robert Romero if he can't throw strikes. There's 1, strike 1. Robert is a delightful young kid. He just very, very quiet, goes about his business the right way every day, works hard, doesn't do anything but be a good teammate. Simon Williams walks on a pitch low and away. 2 on, 1 out for the number 9 hitter here in the 9th inning, Henry Guerrero. And here comes Kernan Ronan. Kernan will have a Mercy Medical Center heart-to-heart conversation with Robert Romero. Everyone says you've got a wonderful heart. Mercy Medical Center can help you keep it that way. Call Mercy for a heart-to-heart screening. 398-6821. 398-6821. Hey, I haven't reminded you yet tonight that Reggie's coming to the ballpark on our next homestand. Reggie is one of the most popular entertainment acts in all of minor league baseball. He'll be in our ballpark 1 week from tonight, Friday, June 16th. Reggie will be at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Call for tickets, 896-7560. 896-7560. Henry Guerrero at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Strike 1 called on the outside corner from Robert Romero. Robert has been used rather sparingly this season. This is his 14th relief appearance. But when he's been in, he's been good. A fastball is low to Henry Guerrero. Boy, Henry's a big guy for a catcher. Spreads out in that box. Strong right-handed batter, Henry Guerrero. Pops it foul, straight back, strike 2. Guerrero is listed at 6 feet 190. He looks taller than 6 feet, and he looks heftier than 190. Played in 41 games in the Appalachian League last year with Bluefield, the Bluefield Orioles. Fastball outside, and it's 2-2. Man, Robert Romero has probably made almost 24 pitches here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Swing have 2 on and 1 out Kernels lead it 8-3. Guerrero on the 2-2. Lines it into right. That's a base hit. And stopping at third is Chad Gabriel. The bases are loaded with one out. And let's see if the Kernels have to go to Ryan Aldridge. I think we may have to. Henry Guerrero lines a single into right on a 2-2 pitch. And we're going to have a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Robert Romero goes 1/3 of an inning. So far, he's allowed no runs on one hit. Robert struck out none. He walked one, and he hit a batter. And the Kernels go to Ryan Aldridge with a 5-run lead and the bases loaded and one out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, we haven't had one easy win this year, so why make this one any less of a challenge? We just can't win a game with any ease at all. And even when we have a 5-run lead, we have to go to a second pitcher here in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's Ryan Aldridge. Ryan, on Wednesday, in the Colonel 8-7 11-inning loss, was dynamite. He pitched 2 scoreless innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 4, walked none. Ryan Aldridge has answered the U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. The swing at the bases loaded, top of their order up, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning, and it's 8-3 Kernels. Father's Day is a week from this Sunday, and we have a brunch planned for you. For dads, it's from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. And that Father's Day brunch will have an added value to it. The Principal Financial Family Fun Fest will be at the ballpark. That is an exhibition that includes more than 20 baseball-themed attractions. Dad will love it. So will you, his family. It's at 11 o'clock, a week from this Sunday. The Principal Financial Family Fun Fest includes a side-by-side giant slide, baseball bounce houses, batting and pitching cages, a minor league baseball museum, an Xbox 360 home run derby video game trailer. That will be a lot of fun on Father's Day. Well, here we go. Bases loaded, 1 out. Daniel Nelson at the plate as the Swinger trying to rally here in the 9th inning. And Ryan Aldridge comes right after Daniel Nelson, and Daniel sends one foul off to the left, strike 1. Ryan Aldridge, 1-2 this year with 11 saves. He comes set. The delivery. Low in the dirt, a run scores on a wild pitch. The Colonel lead is now 8-4. That run is charged to Robert Romero. A wild pitch by Ryan Aldridge has Chad Gabriel scoring. And Simon Williams to third, Henry Guerrero to second. What is it about us trying to finish a game? It's like running a marathon, and then at the end, when you're right about to get to the tape, you can't find that finish line. Breaking pitch, strike 2 called. 1-2 to Daniel Nelson. 8-4 Kernels. 1 out. Second and third for the Swing. They've scored a run. Nelson corks it fair, past the first, fair ball into the corner, 1 run in, another run in, Daniel Nelson going to second, he rounds second and stops there. We're in trouble again. We're in big trouble. 2-run double by Daniel Nelson. Oh, brother. Huh. Wow. We just can't finish anybody off. Just can't finish anybody off. Just can't do it all year long. Here come the Swing. 8-6. Tying run at the plate. 1 out. 8-6. Kernels lead it. Yes, the man that was hit by a pitch with 2 strikes scored. Yes, the man that walked has scored. And it's 8-6 Kernels. Ball 1 up and in to Casey Roulette. Well, you just kind of feel this one slipping away. Doggone it. Roulette swings and misses, strike 1. Brother. Come on, guys. Casey Roulette has scored a run. He's 0 for 4, and he fouls one straight back. Strike two. Daniel Nelson ripping a 2-run double past first. Those 2 runs charged to Robert Romero. So the final line on Robert, 1/3 of an inning pitched. He has surrendered 3 runs on 1 hit, struck out none, walked 1, hit 1. The 1-2 to Roulette. Fouled off to the right. The count remains 1-2. What's frustrating is that we have these games that we can pocket and win, and we just don't seize the opportunity. Get after it. That's what you have to do. Todd Klaus, former Kernel manager, used to say, let's get after it, guys. Ryan Aldridge gets after it. A change-up and a swing and a miss by Casey Roulette. And now the highly dangerous Colby Rasmus will bat as the tying run. 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-6 Kernels. Colby Rasmus at the plate. Tying run. Strike one called from Ryan Aldridge. Rasmus doubled home a run in the first. Since then, he's 0 for 3. Wind really whipping in from left center. And a choked slider way outside. Ball 1 to Rasmus. Kernels lead it with 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-6. Ryan Aldridge trying to save it for starter Nick Adenhart. Swing and a miss on an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And now Ryan Aldridge is 1 out and 1 strike away from helping the Kernels win for the first time since last Friday. Colby Rasmus, left-handed hitter. Daniel Nelson at second, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! Ryan Aldridge strikes out Casey Roulette. Fans Colby Rasmus. 7 men bat in the swing 9th inning, and the Kernels hold on by the hair of our chinny chin chin to win it 8-6 in the 9th inning for Quad Cities. 3 runs on 2 hits. No Kernel errors, a walk, a hit batter, a wild pitch. There were no, they swing, leave 1, they stranded 6. And the Kernels have that much coveted and long-awaited W, an 8-6 win tonight for the Kernels. Nick Adenhart's 8-2. Ryan Aldridge saves his 12th game of the year. We'll be back in just a moment with the totals, highlights, and more. 8-6 Kernels here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this. Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call. Now with a game recap
a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action. Let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, John Rogers.
And we welcome you back to John O'Donnell Stadium, where the Kernels have captured the series finale here against the Swing 8-6 behind Nick Adenhart, and another great pressure-packed relief effort by closer Ryan Aldridge. The Kernels out-hit the Swing 10-7 and win it 8-6. The Kernels scratched out a run against the Swing starter lefty Adam Daniels in the first inning. Brad Kuhn walked, stole his Midwest League leading 22nd base of the year, advanced to third on a tap over the hill by Haile Stacia, and then scored on a wild pitch. The Kernels took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Nick Adenhart surrendered an unearned run in the bottom of the first inning, rather. Daniel Nelson's fly ball to left was dropped by Stantrell Smith, and that put Nelson at third. Casey Roulette tried to bunt Nelson to third, but was thrown out by Nick Adenhart. It went Adenhart to third baseman Dallas Morris. Roulette reached on a fielder's choice. Colby Rasmus then tasted an RBI double over the head of Tyler Johnson in right to score Casey Roulette, and we were tied 1-1. In the second inning, with one out, Stantrell Smith doubled down the left field line. He and Marco Albano, who followed with a walk, then achieved a double steal, and Tyler Johnson drove in his first run as a Colonel as Tyler tapped out to first, with Stantrell Smith scoring from third to make it 2-1 Kernels. The Kernels made it 3-1 in the fourth inning. Flint Whipke reached on an error at third by Casey Roulette as the ball rolled underneath his glove, and then Whipke advanced to second on an errant pickoff throw by the starter, Adam Daniels. Dallas Morris then was hit by a pitch, and as Stantrell Smith hit into a 6-4-3 double play, Flint Whipke scored to make it 4-1 Kernels. In the fifth inning, Brad Kuhn bunted his way on with one out, and with two out, Brett Martinez touched his first home run of the year, touched off his first home run of the year, a two-run blast onto the grass slope seating berm, and the Kernels led it 5-1. Nick Adenhart surrendered a pair of walks that led to two runs, one earned, one unearned in the Swing fifth inning, and the Colonel lead was cut to 5-3. But in the sixth inning, the Colonels made it 7-3. A leadoff single by Whipke and a one-out RBI triple by Stantrell Smith made it 6-3. Smith's triple was his third of the year, and then he scored on a line drive base hit into right by Marco Albano, who drove in his eighth run of the year. The Colonels scored two in the sixth to take a 7-3 lead. The Colonels made it 8-3 in the seventh inning on back-to-back doubles down the right field line by Trumbo and Flint Whipke, and the Colonels were comfortably ahead 8-3 until the bottom of the ninth inning. The Swing sent seven men to the plate, took advantage of a hit batsman, a walk, and a wild pitch. Got a two-run double by Daniel Nelson, and it took Ryan Aldridge coming in to strike out Casey Roulette and Colby Rasmus, and the Colonels hung on and won it 8-6 here tonight. Here's the final line score for the Colonels: 8 runs, 6 hits, 10. For the Colonels, 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. We stranded 9. Quad Cities, 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. They left 6. The winning pitcher was starter Nick Adenhart. He allowed 1 earned run in 8 innings on 5 hits, fanned 7, walked 3. Nick is now 8-2. The Swing loser was lefty Adam Daniels. He's 2-5. Ryan Aldridge came on to get the final 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth and earned his 12th save. The game took 2 hours and 52 minutes before a John O'Donnell Stadium crowd of 2,440. 8-6 Colonels will be back with the PRC play of the game in just a moment. This is Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money every Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
The Kernels conclude a 4-game series with a big win, 8-6 here tonight in Davenport. And it's time, thanks to PRC, to enjoy our PRC play of the game. With the Kernels leading 3-1 in the top of the 5th inning, Brad Kuhn bunted his way on, advanced to second on a wild pitch from starter Adam Daniels, and that brought up Brett Martinez. Here's our PRC play of the game.
2 runs in the 2nd and 3rd, batting here in the 5th with a 3-1 lead. Brett Martinez tees off and wallops one high and deep to left onto the grass slope seating berm. Goodbye! Brett Martinez with his first of the year. Brad Kuhn aboard, and the Kernels now lead it 5-1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
That's our PRC play of the game. A home run by Brett Martinez in the 5th inning to stake the Kernels to a 5-1 lead. The Kernels won it 8-6 behind Nick Adenhart. PRC's Community Care Home Runs for the Hungry campaign donated $25 for that Brett Martinez 2-run blast in the 5th to the Haycap Food Reservoir. PRC's Community Care does that for every Kernel home run. PRC is proud to support the communities where their employees live and work. And that home run by Brett Martinez, the 37th wallop by the Kernels this year, now results in the total upping to $950 donated by PRC's Community Care to the Haycap Food Reservoir to help reduce hunger in our community. It's their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. A job at PRC is a job you'll love. If you're looking for a career opportunity with a company with a great heart, contact PRC at www.prcnet.com. That's our PRC play of the game. Up next here on the Colonel Curtain Call, we'll take a complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Kernels knock off the swing tonight in Davenport, 8-6.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and by Whirling Waters. Your chance to splash it up.
Get ready for summer and beat high gas prices with a pre-owned vehicle from Randy Keel Honda. Their inventory is jam-packed with fuel-efficient vehicles designed to save you money. Get an economical sedan for your daily commute, or indulge your sporty side with a high-performance coupe. Randy Keel Honda carries a large selection of Honda certified pre-owned vehicles, backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Need to haul the entire family? For a limited time, you can get special financing on Honda certified pre-owned Odyssey. Whatever your driving needs, Randy Keel Honda has the vehicle for you. Visit Randy Keel Honda on Centerpoint Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
We're back for the third and final portion of the Colonel Curtain Call as the Kernels end a 6-game losing skid and cool off the red-hot Quad Cities Ball Club behind Nick Adenhart, who's 8-2 now. The Kernels win it 8-6. Thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, and Gary Shubat, we can now bring you a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Let's begin in the American League. We have three finals now. Tonight at Rogers Center, the Blue Jays clobbered the Tigers 10-5. It was the Royals crowning the Devil Rays 4-2 tonight at Kauffman Stadium. And the other final from earlier tonight in the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard at Fenway Park, the Red Sox trim the Rangers 4-3. Top of the ninth inning at the Metrodome, the Twins and Orioles are tied 5-5. Bottom of the seventh, a game that was delayed for a long time by rain. They're back playing now in the Bronx, and the Athletics lead the Yankees 6-4 in the bottom of the seventh. Bottom of the eighth inning, the White Sox batting at U.S. Cellular Field, and they trail Cleveland 4-3. And our parent club, the Angels, are playing at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, trailing the Mariners in the bottom of the third, 1-0 Seattle. Two finals in the National League. At Minute Maid Park, the Astros trounced the Braves tonight 7-2. And at Great America Ballpark, it was the Cubs shading the Reds 6-5. The Cardinals in the bottom of the eighth inning are pounding the Brewers 10-6 at Miller Park. They're in the top of the seventh, and Philadelphia has rallied, and they lead the Nationals 8-7 at RFK Stadium, top of the seventh. They're already in the bottom of the seventh at Coors Field in Denver, with the Dodgers ahead of the Rockies 3-0. The Mets are playing very good baseball. They're on top of the Diamondbacks in the top of the fifth, 6-2 in Phoenix. Florida ahead of the Padres 1-0. That's in the bottom of the third at Petco Park. And in the top of the fourth inning at AT&T Park in San Francisco, the Pirates lead the Giants 3-2. And that's our complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Gary Shubat, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler. A much-needed W for the Kernels this evening. They scored a run in the first and led at times in this game 5-1 and 8-3. The swing made it interesting, scoring 3 in the bottom of the ninth, but Ryan Aldridge came on to save it for Nick Adenhart, and the Midwest League All-Star is now 8-2. We'll greet you tomorrow evening with Bank of the West fireworks at the ballpark, sponsored by Bank of the West Fireworks. We open up an 8-game homestand to finish out the season's first half. The Colonel record now is 27-35 with 8 home games remaining. Hey, if we win them all, we'll finish 500. You just never know. We'll greet you tomorrow in the zone. That game tomorrow evening will be 6:40 South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time in the zone. We sure enjoyed bringing you this one from Davenport on 1450 KMRY. The Kernels break a 6-game losing streak and win it behind Nick Adenhart 8-6 tonight. Again, tomorrow evening, meet me at the stadium for Bank of the West Fireworks Night. Kernels 8, Quad City 6. This is John Rogers, hoping your weekend is off to a great start. This has been Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.